prices have been falling for energy.
You know, our oil prices are coming down very substantially, energy prices. And honestly, with that, everything comes down because there's nothing nearly in the category of oil.
Mr. Trump says the Democrats are right when they scream that prices are too high. But Mr. Trump says that's a result of disastrous Biden economic policy, and it's taking some time to undo the damage. The daughter of Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has accepted the Nobel Peace Prize on her mother's behalf. Her life threatened by the dictatorial Maduro regime, Machado has been in hiding since January. She was unable to risk the dangerous journey to Oslo to accept the award. Australia's ban on social media for teens is now in effect.
At a news conference in Sydney, attended by parents, stakeholders and grassroots campaigners, Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese speaks of his pride as a world-first social media ban for children under 16 comes into effect across the country.
This is Australia showing enough is enough.
Albanese feels sure the reform will change lives. Experts have raised concerns about the enforceability of the policy. Platforms like Facebook and TikTok face hefty fines if they don't comply. I'm Charles Philadelphia.
It's called an atmospheric river. It has swamped the Pacific Northwest with flooding rains. Portland, Eugene, and Seattle among cities where the waters have been rising, spawning flooding of record proportions. Dow futures 19 points higher. The S&P futures are up 2. Townhall.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-524-4948. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-524-4948. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-524-4948. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-524-4948 or biglou.com.
Senate Republicans have finally landed on a plan to tackle expiring Obamacare subsidies to counter Senate Democrats, but both are likely to fail in a vote set for later this week.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune announced Tuesday that Republicans had coalesced around a proposal from Senators Bill Cassidy of Florida, who chairs the Senate Health Panel, and Mike Crapo of Idaho, who chairs the Senate Finance Committee, to counter Democrats' legislation. The Senate is set to vote on the dueling proposals on Thursday. Thune said Cassidy and Crapo's plan was given a thumbs up by the majority of Republicans during the conference's closed-door meeting Tuesday afternoon. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Ukrainian President Zelensky says officials are expected to hand their latest peace proposals to United States negotiators today. The Ukrainian leader also says a presidential election could be held in Ukraine within 3 months if the balloting could be made safe during wartime. News and analysis at townhall.com. Another state designates 2 Muslim advocacy groups foreign terrorist organizations.
The executive order applies to the Council on American Islamic Relations, known by its acronym CARE, and to the Muslim Brotherhood. It was announced Monday by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on the social media site X. The order prevents state agencies from granting various benefits and contracts to the 2 groups and to those who have provided material support to them. Both organizations are crying foul. Texas Governor Greg Abbott made a similar move last month applying to both organizations. Neither is designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the federal government, but a bill in Congress was introduced last summer to direct the Secretary of State to review CARE's past contacts to see if their associations and actions would meet that criteria. George Williams reporting.
Later today, the Federal Reserve issues its latest decision on interest rates. Another quarter-point cut is expected. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. Yeah.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy middle of the week, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday at its finest.
It is a nice day.
It is. It was downright not cold this morning.
Yeah, it's we're 45 right now.
Yeah. It was windy.
Yeah, a little breezy.
A little bit of girst going on.
Yeah, but yeah, it's 45 right now, and our high today is 62. But tomorrow we're supposed to get back into the 73 tomorrow, and then 71 Friday.
Dang.
73 on Saturday, and then 58 on Sunday.
Nice.
More wind probably Saturday and Saturday night there.
It'll be a fun little 20-degree drop.
Yeah, but it is December.
Yeah, that's right.
And quite frankly, I feel like we're cheating when we got 73-degree days.
It really does feel like God's just like, you know what? Let him have one.
Yeah, I feel like we're cheating a little bit with
Give them
70.
one day to frolic.
Yeah.
Right? They deserve it. They've been through a lot.
Well, I wonder if this bodes to, since it's warm now, Christmas is going to be tundra cold. You know, I just feel like we're setting the table for that.
Well, so here's the thing. I don't know if you know this about me, but I watch a lot of YouTube.
No.
And one of the things that they do with YouTube videos specifically is they're trying to, lure you in, so they clickbait you.
Sure, absolutely.
So I've been, following a lot of these weather forecasters that are predicting certain storm cells in areas around us.
Yeah.
But the way they put the graphics on the screen, you'd think snowpocalypse is coming for us.
Well, the Weather Channel got to be the Weather Channel because when they got tired of just doing that robotic forecast that was on every 10 minutes or whatever when I first started, they're basically saying disaster shows.
Right.
Hey, forget the weather. Let's show you winds and tsunamis and hurricanes and tornadoes and all this stuff.
And it's not like it's a new thing. I mean, ever since 9/11, every hour has begun with ba-bong, Fox News alert.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's like, you go on the internet to get your news. Your news is suspect. But if you go on the news to get your news, it's just sensationalized hokum. Forget it.
Where do you turn? Which brings us to today's sponsor, Ground News. No, I'm kidding.
And that's why I watch a lot of Big Bang Theory, Golden Girls, and Reba.
Yep. It's easier to just slip into obscurity.
Everybody loves Raymond.
By the way, I was going to bring this up yesterday when we were talking about Reba, but you've seen the entirety of the series Reba, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't think of the girl's name offhand, but
the daughter?
Yeah, Van.
Yeah.
And
she was, if you remember, there was a show called The Astronaut's Wives on ABC for a minute talking about the Mercury.
I do remember that, yeah.
She was one of the wives.
Was she?
In
okay.
that, yeah.
But in the show, Van and her, they have kids. Charlene, no, I can't remember. They have kids. They're, married, bliss, all this fun stuff. They never actually put a bow on the story.
I'm trying to remember how it ends. I don't remember.
I'm going to tell you how it ends.
Right.
It's not in the show. If you go and find the Reba McEntire, and I believe it is George Strait's song, Every Other Weekend, the music video for that song, it's a song about divorce and how, every other weekend it's dropping the kids off and
that's
yada.
what the Reba show was started out to be and then evolved.
And the first time I saw this video, I got goosebumps because it's like oh my God, this is the end of the story. They had apparently characters in the video played by the actors from Reba.
Okay.
That's why I was like, this is the finality of the story.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was the kids or not. I didn't check that closely, but they meet in a park and then they exchange the kids, and there's a whole moment where like they connect, you know, and like they lock eyes.
Yeah.
And then they realize, you know, they're better off the way it is, and
Right.
they go their separate ways. So I'm like, so you're telling me we could have just left them in wedded bliss, but country music had to come along and break them up.
Had to kill the dogs under
Country
the porch.
had to country.
them dogs under the porch had to go.
Somebody quick play the song in reverse.
Well, and here's the part that gets, and this is where it kind of gets muddy into my head, because they show that original, that Reba show. She had another show, very, it was almost a different story, but the same character. And I'm trying to think if she played her Reba on that one too. But she like lived, I want to say like in Florida in some apartments.
I vaguely remember this.
And I think she was divorced again, and I want to say she was a singer or something. Like she was closer to her.
No, this isn't Happy's Place we're talking about.
No, that's on now.
Right.
This was on, I don't know, in between Reba, the show you were talking about earlier, and Happy's Place. I'm going to say somewhere in the early 2000s. She did a show.
Malibu Country?
That might have been it.
Yeah, but it was 2012 to 2013. Yeah, so it was a little after. But yeah, that's the one, is Malibu Country.
Yeah.
I don't know if she played Reba on that show either, but let's find out.
Yeah, I just vaguely remember watching that.
Yeah, she played Reba Gallagher.
Yeah, I kind of thought she was more of a hipper version of the Reba from
She's
Reba.
a Gallagher. That explains everything.
Well, and then here's another. You want to pull that back because you know this already.
Mm-hmm.
Van went on to do, what's the name of the show? Shameless.
Yes.
The Gallaghers.
Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But here's a even more fun fact.
Yeah.
You know what else he did? The little-known sequel to the movie Waiting.
Oh, yeah?
He took the Ryan Reynolds character, essentially.
Well,
and kind of did a pretty good job of it, too.
You know what he's in more recently? And this one, and this is, you know that show High Potential that's got the lady from Always Sunny, the sister?
Yep.
She's
Sweet D.
Well, in this show,
Olsen.
she has an eidetic memory, and she's kind of a single mom, and she ends up getting a job basically being an investigator with the police department, even though she's not a cop or anything. And well, in the season that they and I don't know if they're like, that show does good numbers, but they only put it out at like 3 episodes at a time, and then you don't see it for 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, the last couple of this new season, which I guess are going to re-air in January or whatever, February or whenever that is, Van plays like the new chief of their little department there.
Finally put a little respect on his name, huh?
Well, he kind of comes in, and at first you don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy,
Right.
and I don't think you still know, but you think he's leaning towards good guy now. But yeah, he kind of plays like the mysterious, cool cop deal. He's got the leather jacket. He's like sophisticatedly cool and kind of real in touch. And
Is that show like a? I mean, it's a procedural, I know, but is it like a comedy procedural? Is it more like a drama?
It's a drama with comedic elements, but it's not a comedy.
So
it's a
like,
murder mystery.
Less Monk.
Yeah.
And more. I'm trying to think of the show that would be. I guess technically we could say more Monk and less Angie Tribeca.
Yeah, it's basically your typical Law and Order type shows.
Procedurals.
But instead of having detectives, it's got her who's kind of not really a cop.
Right.
And so she thinks like a mom that's really, really smart, that knows a lot of just useless facts, and is able to use that to basically solve the case every time. It's got no different than if you watch Elsbeth. It's almost like a less cheeky version of Elsbeth. Where
You
Elsbeth,
said that wrong. It's Elizabeth, Mike. It's Elizabeth.
Well, the show's called Elsbeth. Because she's kind of a flittery, overly joyful, annoying type that just solves cases. You know, and it's kind of, it's like Columbo, but she's not playing. She's almost trying to play Columbo-like,
right?
But she's more
flighty.
Just more bubbly than you know. Like Columbo kind of one more thing. Yeah, she kind of does that move too. It's just a different. She says, "Well." Yeah, and she talks to you like a mom, but she's like, well, then you went and you murdered the guy here. And then and she says it so nonchalantly.
Right.
Like,
now, what do we say about murdering in cold blood?
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say High Potential is like a less cheeky version of Elsbeth for people that watch those shows.
My friend stands by it, and she loves the show, so I have to check it out.
I like the character because it is a bit of a different, she's like at the beloved, but at the end of the day also stirs hornets'
I think that the whole cast is pretty ready to do other stuff, like stuff that's not. They've been pigeonholed as, like barfly, dirty kind of comedic actors for 15 years now. They're all breaking out and doing something different. Like Mac's doing a Far Cry series.
Okay.
Charlie's obviously doing a lot of voice work still.
Mm-hmm. What's his name is just officially Ryan Reynolds' side piece now. McElhaney.
Yeah, Mac. Yeah, right. Yeah, I saw a picture of him recently. He got weirdly spray tanned. He's like,
oh yeah. Well, like if you have
a different color,
like him and the dude from Silicon Valley, the Indian dude from I can't remember that comedian's name. Him and McElhaney are doing a series of DirecTV commercials, and they do this couture thing.
Maybe
and
that's what the picture I saw
They get
was.
over spray tanned up. And
I looked at it, I was like, what is happening to you?
Yeah, no, they're doing a bit for DirecTV. They're trying to get like this chic couture look.
Of course, I knew that dude was crazy when he gained and lost 60 pounds over the course of a year.
Eh?
That's insane.
Well, this is how you get to be Ryan Mike's friend / partner. And now all of a sudden you turn an obscure soccer team and everyone cares about soccer all of a sudden. So that's what it is. All right, let me give you the rundown. We got a full slate for you. This hour, we're going to replay. Yesterday, we had Pastor Troy Smotherman and Pastor Sean Kelly join us from Church on the Move. And I had a great conversation about their upcoming events, of course, with Christmas. They've got their Christmas with Family event, drone show, and movie night this Saturday. Of course, tonight they got their children's performance at the church here. And then on the 21st, they've got Christmas services, and then their Christmas Eve Massive on Christmas Eve as well. So we talk all about that. We're going to play that interview for you here in just a minute. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Roswell Independent School District School Superintendent Brian Luck will join us for his monthly visit and give us a rundown from their last board meeting and other things happening around the school district this morning. And then Larry Martin with the Midday Lions is going to join us here in the 9 o'clock hour talking about this weekend and next is their Midday Lions carriage rides out to the Christmas lights and the orchard and all that. Of course, they also have the romantic getaway this Saturday and next Saturday as well, too. So Larry will give us all the details about that. Plus, we'll have all of your features and include the news as is and all that good stuff and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a gander at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure in the Four Corners region, but that's covering all of the southeastern states, so we're in a pretty good weather pattern for a while. Low to mid-60s and lots of sunshine for us today. We're in the mid-30s and clear for the overnight hours. It will warm up a little bit on Thursday. We're in the low 70s, and we keep the sunshine. We're looking good all the way through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 45 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 54%. Winds currently out of the north at 9 miles per hour. Sunny and 62 today. Winds a little breezy out of the north, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tonight with an overnight low of 34 degrees. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, warming back up into the low 70s. Sunny and 73. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, clear. Overnight low of 42, so warming back up again Thursday night as well. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, sunny and 71. Northeast winds 5 to 10. Saturday, sunny and 73. And like I said, we'll see about a 20-degree drop Sunday, mostly sunny, 56. And then it's kind of short-lived because we'll be mid-60s on Monday, back up near 70 by Tuesday of next week. So just these little dippers here and there. All right, it is 7:19. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview with the Pastor Troy and Pastor Sean from Church on the Move. Don't go away.
It doesn't matter if you've been naughty or nice. Everyone gets our very best price during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford.
It's the final days to trade up for less during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford. Last chance for 0, 0, 0. That's 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down payments, and 0 payments till March 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Worried that your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, 0 down, 0 APR, and 0 payments till March 2026. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is 1667 per thousand financed on 2025 F-150s. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined on select vehicles.
The Roswell Symphony Orchestra presents Christmas Classics, Sunday, December 14th, 2:30 p.m. at Pearson Auditorium in Roswell. Your favorite Christmas pieces are back, including White Christmas, music from Polar Express, medleys, and The Messiah, featuring guests Jasmine Sod, Scott Bracken Tripp, Zachary McAllister, and the Roswell Symphony Orchestra Chorus. And enter to win the 321 cash raffle for the chance to win $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000. Tickets are just $100 with proceeds to benefit the symphony. Get tickets and more info at roswellsymphony.org.
Check out some of the Christmas countdown savings you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. Select half gallons of Food Club milk are $1.98 each, and cans of ranch-style beans are 5 for $5. In produce, 3-pound bags of Gala apples are $1.99 each, and Jumbo Haas avocados are 99 cents each. In the meat department, family packs of select T-bone steaks are $8.99 a pound, and Cook's bone-in shake portion hams are 99 cents a pound. These are just some of the Christmas countdown savings you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
I retired earlier than I expected to, so I was no longer covered by health insurance through my business, and I was too young to qualify for Medicare. But thanks to BeWell, I found a health plan that keeps me covered until I'm eligible for Medicare.
Let BeWell find you a health plan during open enrollment period, now through January 15th. For free help, schedule an appointment at BeWellNM.com. What's the best that can happen?
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning from Church on the Move, we have Pastor Troy and Pastor Sean back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everybody else.
Good seeing you again. I think it's probably been summertime since I had a chance to talk to you guys on the radio.
Been a few months
So
since One Nation Under God, since the fireworks and the.
Well, we got another big show coming up.
Something's happening.
But
service.
Obviously Christmas coming up. This is, we're talking, but when it comes to, churches and things, this is the big celebration of the year. Easter, as a Christian, that's going to be the most important holiday. I mean,
it is.
It's just you're not a Christian unless Easter happened. That's just how it happens.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly.
But that being said, Christmas is the birth of our Savior, which means it's a kind of a big deal, which we want to celebrate it from the rooftops. And to be honest, we can do it in a way that's fun and celebratory, but not losing the reason for the season. If that makes, in the world of Christmas and I'm not trying to poo-poo on Santa, all that. It's all great and fun. But at the end of the day, that's not what Christmas is. And we can do both. We can, have a little candy canes and snowflakes and Christmas. But at the same time, we cannot forget the story of Jesus and the reason, why we celebrate Christmas. And so you guys get to do the best of both worlds with that, too. You get to have the fun part, but at the same time, remind folks, hey, this is about the birth of our Savior, and that's what we're celebrating. So.
And I'm big on Christmas. Christmas, Easter is the celebration of our salvation and that Christ died for us. And Christmas is, we're celebrating that hope came into the world, light came into to our darkness, and so it's just fun to celebrate that. That's why I like all the lights and all the decorations. I mean, to me, it's all a celebration of Jesus.
My favorite time of the year is right now when we drive down Main Street here in the nights, or for me, early in the mornings on the way to work, you see the lights, and it's just, and now that since they lit the Christmas tree and everything downtown here over the weekend, it's kind of the full package right now. So you gotta, I don't care if you're in a bad mood, you just drive downtown and you feel a little bit happier by the time you get to the other end.
And there's some neighborhoods you can drive through that have great lights.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's just something cool about driving around at night. My daughter and I will do that several times this year.
Well, not to plug someone else, but plug someone else. Support the Midday Lions. They're doing their carriage rides out to the pecan orchards.
Really?
You'll see the Christmas trees this
That's
Saturday.
cool.
This weekend and next weekend. So support them and at all. And all that money goes back to eyeglasses and all the thing they do for kids.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Who is that?
The Midday Lions. They do their.
I've never heard of the Midday Lions.
Yeah, they do it on the weekends. These last 2 weekends of Christmas, and they all meet at the Scout headquarters on Aspen there. And then I think for $10 per person for a family. And then this year they're doing a special couples one Saturday, this Saturday and next Saturday for $50. And it's two of you, and then they give you a gift card for dinner and all that. But yeah, they get it. Unfortunately, there's no more horses. All the horses passed, and so they have to do it with a tractor. But now they got a cart and a tractor, and they drive you through the lights back in those big houses,
cool.
and where all those big houses are, and the big lights, and they take you back there and
how
all
cool
that.
is that?
Yeah, so support that
cool.
and help them out.
Yeah,
They
man,
do great work.
I'll support it.
But this Saturday, you guys are going to do it up big here with your Christmas with Family event. And, of course, if you like drones, if you love that drone show at over the fourth time frame, then I guess you get another sampling of that here this Sunday as well.
So there's a really cool story behind that. And this past Sunday, we actually we got the opportunity. We gave away. We did a shoe giveaway.
Okay. Yeah.
And so
I saw
we
that
were able to give away. We gave away over 450 pairs of shoes on Sunday.
And they were all left feet. No, I'm just kidding.
Just one.
Next year you'll get the right
left foot. Left foot only.
That's right.
Our church family, they're such generous people, and some people that partnered with us. Man, the kids actually get to pick out a pair of shoes.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I don't care what you said.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, that was a thing, and you had to get the right shoe, and if it wasn't cool, it was going to ruin your year.
That's right.
That, yeah.
And we bought Nikes, Adidas, Under Armour.
Shoes that kids want.
Oh
yes.
Not the.
Yeah, we
called them Maypops back in the day. I don't know what they call them now.
That's an old term right there.
Man, I haven't heard that term.
Only you have to have gray hair to know what that means.
Yeah, songs and everything.
But so this Sunday, there's kind of a cool story behind it. The drone company that we use on the 4th, for a couple weekends before, they contacted us, and they've been so blessed to come down in here and work with us. They said, we want to come down and do something for you guys.
And we said, okay.
At no cost.
Nice. Free's even better.
Yes.
And you understand, one of those shows is a lot of money.
I was about to say, I don't think
it's
just to put those things airborne probably cost them a couple $1,000s just to get them airborne.
Oh, it's not a couple thousand.
I have no idea.
It's in the 6 digits.
Well, I mean, just to get them airborne, let alone all the programming and everything else.
Yeah.
Just to put them out in the field and get them up in the air, it's costing that much.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. But
it's really impressive.
Yeah. So we integrated that, and we said, let's do a drone show, and then let's also tack on a drive-in movie.
Yeah. The old school drive-in style.
Have some fun. So we're having an large LED screen set up behind the church.
Okay.
All of this will take place behind the church.
Okay.
There's plenty of parking for everybody.
Great.
So.
And is it going to be like the little transmitter where you tune into a radio station?
Tune into an FM
not
transmitter.
Not 106.5, that frequency's taken, but one of the other ones.
Well, you might be having Home Alone on for a couple hours on your station. No, I'm kidding. Somebody to listen to it on the radio.
Well, that might be better than some of the content we got going on that night. That's all I'm saying.
No, we have our own frequency and FM station, I think.
And we'll be giving out popcorn and hot chocolate to the first grip of people who make it there.
For free.
For free.
We'll have some food trucks.
Oh, yeah. So
it's like a drive-in movie. You can get your food, you can eat your dinner, get some free hot chocolate.
Can we get someone in like a hot dog costume and a Coca-Cola costume and do the dance? Because I don't know if we have the cartoon to start the movie.
School, yeah.
Let's go to the lobby and get ourselves a snack.
We are having an intermission.
And I was talking to one of the guy who runs our creative department last night, and he was showing me some of the stuff that he's prepared.
Okay.
For it, and he's doing a really good job of like bringing that old school feel.
Nice vibe. Well, it's the drive-in. You got to feel the drive-in vibe, and the only thing because I'm now pull back the curtain. The tuning to your radio station is advanced technology for drive-through.
That's right.
That was later years.
That's right.
We used to have speakers.
Yeah, the old speaker that they had to and so you clipped it onto your window, like the old food trays, and it kind of.
Not like that, you go watch the movie. This is a movie. You go watch it like that.
It kind of sounded like that, but now it's
pretty good imitation. Right?
You went to a lot of drive-in movies, didn't you?
I fell asleep in many a drive-in theater in the back of the station wagon in my day.
That's fantastic.
I snuck in a lot of people in my day. I know
that was a little later.
That was before Christ. That's BC.
Well, and to be honest, by the time I hit high school, the drive-ins started drying up, and so it was harder and harder to find them.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, they were more prominent, and so
They were fun.
And matter of fact, Dad and Mom, Dad used to. I think we dressed in our pajamas in the back because they knew by the time the second movie came out, we're going to be sacked out in the back of the vehicle there. So it was kind of.
So this is a little bit different because it's an LED screen. It's real. It's a lot brighter.
This is going to be way more advanced.
Yeah,
way more. You're going to be able to hear it, see it.
New school.
Now, if the kids fall asleep in the back, that's just part of tradition, right?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. Hopefully, we get them sugared up and.
That's the idea.
Fall asleep.
Cotton candy and some
that's right.
popcorn in them, and maybe hit a food truck, get another sweet treat, and about halfway through the movie, there's the sweet sound of snoring back.
Well, we do have in the intermission. Go ahead and talk about that.
We do. So no, you go ahead and talk about that because there's something else I want to talk about.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Well, at the intermission, that's when we're doing the drone show.
Okay, so it'll be in the middle. That's what I was going to ask you.
So we're going to do an
intermission.
Okay. And at the start of the intermission, we're doing the drone show. Then we'll actually kind of have some minutes where they can go to the bathroom, get some more food.
Pee break and food break and
just a food break, like they did at the old drive-in. That was your time to run to the bathroom, get some more, popcorn or do whatever you're doing, and get a hot dog, whatever you're doing.
I think the only thing you're missing is the playground at the front by the screen. You remember, like at the old drive-thrus, they used to have a little. Another.
We do have a playground at the back.
We do.
We could open that up. I don't think the staff will let me do that. But anyway, but we had a playground off to the right of the front of the screen so the parents could see their kids.
And then they, of course, they had those all had that merry-go-round that I think have been banned in every.
Oh, they've been banned. The one we used to fling people off of.
You could get. I flew at least good 20 feet from that thing. If you get that thing going enough and you let go, it'll. That's why they had the rocks and wood chips to catch your fall.
Yeah. We used to have a guy who would run on that and get it going so fast. It hurt a little bit when you got flung off of that thing. But
we kind of
now they have governors on those. You cannot get them going. Yeah, I've seen them in other playgrounds, and you cannot get them. They have a governor.
We used to play King of the Mountain on those things.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody knows how that
play everything on those things.
Yeah, that's not.
But it's too much liability now.
Yeah, nowadays it's a lawsuit city.
So we have the drone show. We have the intermission. We have the first Home Alone that we're showing, and of course there's a couple of words in there we're beeping out, and
that is the best one. I mean, I'm not trying to, but Home Alone 1 is the best of the.
People argue 1 and 2, but I like 1.
1 is the OG's the right one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and by the time they get to that third one, it's done.
Yeah, it's
1 or 2 is the only one that you can make an argument.
Yeah,
past 2, you're out. You don't know what you're talking about.
And so what else were you? And then the drone show's one of a kind because they've never done a Christmas one.
That's right.
So we've never done a Christmas one. So I'm hoping it's really good. I'm hoping.
They've done certain Christmas elements, but they've never told any part of the Christmas story.
Sure. So we're
it's all been candy canes and that sort of
thing.
So
we're going to see some mangers and.
Yeah, we're going to tell the story of Jesus because that's what we're all about. Is telling people about Jesus. So. It's going to be super cool.
And we'll open up for parking at about 4 o'clock, Mike.
Okay. So you get
so
because it gets dark fast.
Well, yeah, exactly. By 5 p.m., it's starting to get almost full-on dark at this point here. And you guys will... 5 o'clock's when things are going to get underway here on Sunday.
Yeah.
But like I said, get there at 4 to get... If you want to get spot right up front there, if you want to do a little pre-gaming, hitting the food trucks and what have you, that all you can all do all that then at that time there.
Yeah, and that was our thought. People didn't want to have to wander around during the intermission. They can go ahead and get their food. We will have outdoor restrooms. All that sort of stuff.
So you can leave your Johnny on the spots at home if you have those. Those little things you buy for road trips.
I've never heard of that. Gatorade bottle.
They
got Johnny on the spot.
Well, they actually have
5 boys.
You could go on Amazon and pay money for basically the same thing.
Oh wow!
I think they have female versions.
Oh, well,
so,
okay.
Because the
let's
Gatorade
not
bottle
go too
does not
deep
help
in
them.
that.
That is for the hardcore traveler. I don't see myself going down that
I'm
road.
just saying, if you're like, you will not leave this car for this movie. I mean, some people are hardcore there. You go.
Yeah, okay.
I guess you
So
can
what
wear
else
the
did
pins.
you want to talk about?
No, I just wanted to talk about the timing of all that.
Oh, okay.
And
it actually starts. The movie actually starts at.
The movie actually starts around 5:30.
Okay.
We're just going to let it get as dark as it's
Right,
going to get.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of 5 o'clock, and then as it gets dark, but that'll give you a little window to get settled, get your drink, get you something to eat, get you a parking spot.
And we'll have some Christmas trivia and stuff like that going on the screen for people.
Oh, it's
so-
going to be that stuff's going to be fun.
That's
We have
half the
some
fun
really
of the
good
movie.
trivia.
Yeah.
Guess who sang this song?
Yeah.
You're like, I know, it's Don Ho or whatever. it is.
Yeah. Gosh, you're so old school.
Well, when I think Christmas, that's my.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I understand. I'm the same
that's
age.
the
I'm
kind of growing up as a kid. Because I think we remember Christmas as we were kids.
Yes,
You know,
sure.
that's the memorable Christmas
Yeah.
when you were a kid, and that's the kind of stuff that was going on when I was a kid. Yeah. It was-
That's so fun. But it's going to be fun. You know. A lot of people have never been to a drive-in movie. We asked our staff. There was only the young
I'm about
people.
to say,
very few.
There's probably, I would say, under 40. They may know the concept, but they've never been to one. You know what I mean?
The only ones that have in this area have gone to the one in Carlsbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
that
some
one-
Artesia people,
Like
some
that one
Carlsbad.
was around for a minute.
It
You know,
was.
that
It
one,
was a great
because I
drive-in.
lived here when it was here, and drive-in theaters were the way of the dodo by the time I moved to New Mexico. So that one held on for a long.
It did.
I think they should come back. I think, and I'm guessing in some places they are. If you could, because at the end of the day, it's whereas. Let's face it, movie theaters are not seeing the numbers they used since COVID.
no, not at
You're
all.
not seeing movie theaters aren't getting the numbers, and with the advent of every movie's available on your TV in some way, shape, or form about a month later, no one's going to the movies anymore. So I think they're going to have to get creative, and I think a drive-in could make it a whole. You know, like I said, build a little playground for the kids. They can go run off and let mom and dad maybe enjoy a movie and whatever it is, maybe. Dare I say, hire in food or something and some beverages? I don't know. But figure it out. I think there could be a version of drive-ins down the road here. But anyway, we'll have the most modern one to date here at Church
that
on
we
the
can
Move.
that we can put, and we have the biggest screen we can get. So
Yeah.
it's the biggest one we could afford and could get. I mean, it's we can't get any bigger in Roswell.
It is as big as income.
and stay in town.
Very good. So again, it'll be this Sunday at Church on the Move. They're on Brasher. The parking lot will open at 4 o'clock. Between 5 and 5:30, we'll get the movie underway, and then at intermission, there'll be the huge drone show, and then we'll finish up the movie there. And then come hungry, come ready to just celebrate with family and friends, and celebrate Christmas, and spend some time together, and leave creating memories and creating those. That's what I'm hoping too. Is now you got kids in the car, and then 20 years from now, I remember when Mom and Dad took me to Church on the Move. And
we
were
hope
there
it's a
watching.
memory maker. And pictures, everybody posts online, their pictures of going to a drive-in.
Yeah.
And, we hope it's a great family event. We're hoping a lot of young families will come out. And, of course, we're going to tell the story of Christmas, of Jesus.
And that's what I love.
The real story.
We get reminded, let's do the Christmas that we all kind of grow up with, but let's remember why we are doing this. And that being said, after you have fun with on the event here on Sunday, we'd love to see you come back on Christmas Eve for your holiday, your Christmas Eve, Christmas Mass of the traditional service you guys do every Christmas Eve here, and that's kind of a big deal too.
It is. We're celebrating on the 21st, 9, 11, and 1.
That's right.
That's our times. I have to look at Pastor Sean.
Look at you.
I show up in the
times.
morning and just stay till they tell me it's all over.
I get you. Point me in a direction and tell me everything.
I show up before 9 and just try to stay till they tell me that's it.
I know that feeling very
I'm just there all day. But 9, 11, and 1. And, we have people going to be inviting people. We have these red shirts on for a reason. This is our advertisement for
Nice.
Christmas with family.
By the way, you've been working out. Your guns are kind of jacked here. I'm just saying.
He's putting a lot
Sean
of
and I
work.
work out every morning.
Man, did Arnold show up here? Not today's Arnold, 80s Arnold. Sorry, I don't know. I say Arnold, and people are like, that old man. And no. Schwarzenegger.
Commando Arnold's still put together pretty well, yeah.
Although, if you've seen Sylvester Stallone, he still looks pretty. Like, I'm watching that Tulsa King, and I wouldn't mess with Sly Stallone. That 7-year-old would whoop my butt.
Yeah, he's still put together. But, yeah, and so that Christmas Day, we're inviting people that are alone. Man, if you're alone and you don't have anybody to celebrate that with, come celebrate. There's 3 types of ministries and pastors. There's shepherds, there's hirelings, and wolves. And we're not wolves or hirelings. We don't just show up and do the least amount as possible and let everybody else tell us what how to run the church and do that. And we're not wolves where we go after other people's church membership. We want them to go to their church family and celebrate. But there's thousands and thousands of people who will not be in church for a Christmas celebration to celebrate Jesus. And that's who we want to invite. Those that are lonely. We have our people going to their neighborhood, their neighbors that don't have any place to go or don't have have family but don't go to church.
Absolutely.
That's what shepherds do.
Well, and
so we're not hirelings or wolves. We're shepherds. We want to serve.
Sure,
people.
you want to administer to the flock,
exactly,
so to speak, and make sure all of the flock is embraced and loved. And this is the thing that, you and I were just talking about this before we went on air is, yes, Christmas is, for many people the most joyous time of the year, but for a lot of people, this is the worst time of the year.
It is.
And it's for numerous reasons. Loss of a loved one, loss of, a family fallout, a loss in faith. All of these variables do come into play this time of year. And so you see a lot more joy, you also unfortunately see a lot more depression and what comes with that. And so, and this is why it's the busiest time of year for law enforcement and our first responders too, because this is just the nature of the holidays, the dark side of it here. And so that's what you guys are saying. Look, if you're down, if you're lonely, please come join us for our Christmas Mass.
Exactly.
Come celebrate with family. If you don't have family, you got one now. Come on down and be a part with us. Celebrate. Just come and enjoy it. We're not asking anything of you other than just come and spend time with us and let's see, what rubs off on you a little bit here. You know what I mean?
Hopefully some joy, some encouragement.
Yeah.
Just some encouragement. If you have, you do like celebrating Christmas and you don't have a church home, come celebrate. It's a celebration. And so then we also have Midnight Massive.
We do, and Midnight Massive starts at 11:30 on
Christmas Eve. That's right.
On Christmas Eve, yeah.
I kind of combined events in my head.
Goes into Christmas morning.
Yes.
And so we do a candle lighting service there. We have some traditions that we really enjoy.
We like to have fun with the movies and drones, but at the end of the day, we are here honoring God, and this is
there's
how
also some things that we do. We take communion together as families.
We have families come up individually, and if you're by yourself, my family, Pastor Sean's family, other families will stand up with you and take communion with you as a family.
Nobody takes communion alone at our church.
Nobody. And so come to that. It's 11:30.
That's right.
I just always thought, as a pastor, as a Christian, man, if we're going to celebrate, if we say the 25th, and we don't know what the actual birth date is, but if we say that's the date we're celebrating, then we should be in church on that day. So even though it's a Wednesday night, we're not doing our regular Wednesday night service, but at 11:30 at night p.m. and we're going till 12:30 a.m. And so we kind of take in Christmas Eve and then part of that first part of the Christmas morning and if you're celebrate Jesus.
Yeah, and if you think it's too early, well, guess what? It's already Christmas in Australia at that point.
Yeah, so that's right. Join the Australians.
There you go. It's already
and the Americans. You'll get both sides of that.
Exactly. But that's the thing is Christmas is about being with people, and no one should be alone. No one should be here. So if you're blue, if you're feeling, and if you're not, if you're just, please come. We're not asking you to bring you all the sad people. Everyone will want to come, but if you're not feeling Christmas, let's muster up some gumption and come on out anyway. Even though you may not feel like it, come join us, and I'm willing to bet by the time the end of the everything, the evening is over, you're gonna be in a better place. I think so. I think you're gonna you're gonna be better equipped and maybe a better outlook on things, and maybe kind of in the spirit instead of fighting the spirit a little bit.
Exactly.
Jesus doesn't represent hope. Yeah. Jesus is the hope of the world.
And
you'll definitely get an experience with him if you come spend Christmas with us.
Well, and it's kind of like you said, we talked about the different styles of being a pastor and the different types of churches and things. And it is easy to get lost in the minutia and all the stuff, the bean suppers and the big events and all that. And Christmas is full of all of that. And it absolutely is and should be.
It's part of a feast. Yeah,
yes.
that's part of it.
But that being said, at the end of the day, what's going on Christmas Eve and what's going on at the church services, this is the nitty gritty. This is why the rest of it's awesome. It's because this happened right here. And that's the part you got to embrace a little bit. And so when this part bit you a little bit, you got to get to the core and find out the real reason and be reminded of it a little bit. And so that's what your Christmas Eve service, on the 21st, that's what these services are all about. That the real reason, celebrating why we exist and why God gave us the beautiful things we had, and it all started here. Now, like you said, more than likely Jesus probably, I think, in the summer, if you really look at history and
we're not sure.
We're not going to argue all that. We're not going to argue all that stuff.
No.
But this is what we've chosen as the time, and we're going to celebrate that. So, by golly, we're going to go and do it with bells on. So
we go all out. We've got our church lit up. We have lights. You can come drive by and see the lights.
Yeah.
And we have our lobby fixed up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm big on celebrating the joy of Christmas and hope coming into the world and in our world, and I love celebrating the birth of Jesus.
And it's something as powerful as what it is. It's okay to do it big up big. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's the biggest thing in the history of us. That's right. And that's an amazing thing. So come, and you know what? Come Sunday morning. If you haven't been, if you're looking for a church home, come for traditional services here this Sunday, and then come on back this Sunday evening for our Christmas with Family event.
And this Wednesday, we have our children's program, and it's not your typical children's program. Not even close.
This wasn't the over-the-top one for...
This is Wednesday. Yeah, it's this Wednesday night. It starts at 7.
That'll be tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow night. Yeah, and so our children have worked really hard. It's a ministry. Our children don't.
Is this going to be the main church or across the street?
It's in the main church, and so I have them do it in the main church because I give our children a chance to minister to all of us. Because I don't encourage our children's ministers in our children to just come put on some cute show.
Sure.
I tell them, hey, you're in that pulpit, which is special to me and very sacred to God, and it's a ministry to people, and it's also really cool. They're doing it. They have worked really hard, and they do an incredible job.
Of course, it's probably a bigger deal to be on the big stage, too.
For the kids it's a big deal to them because they know how important it is.
It's kind of like them football players. They've been playing on Rusty K Field when they get to play on the Wool Bowl. It's a big deal.
Yeah, you get to play Friday night.
That's
right. And that's for them, too. And so it's special to them. But it'll be a time of ministry, and it's beautiful. What I've seen so far of it, it's beautiful, and it has a great message.
That's cool.
Lives will be changed. Lives will be changed because of it.
I got to be honest. I know the story of Jesus and everything best, literally from doing the plays as a kid and being. I never got the good roles. I was always like sheep number 3. Or one time I got a role of a wise man. That was like my biggest.
Well, an actual
person. No speaking part, but an actual human being. I wasn't playing a rock or a sheep or something.
They didn't know you had the gift of gab, did they, Mike? They didn't know you could have delivered.
Back then, I was a quiet kid. I hid my light under a basket.
Oh, wow.
That's funny.
That is funny.
but honestly, I did. That's how I learned. It was all through that. So as a kid, that's So these kids you're cementing their own understanding of God by doing this too. So it's really cool. And then as parents and family, you get to see that. I mean, and I don't care what anybody says. Anytime you put a bunch of kids, especially if they're younger kids, on a stage together, it's going to be fun. I don't care what it is, what you're doing. It's going to be a fun, entertaining experience. Yes, it's going to be powerful and a great message. But at the end of the day, kids are kids, and when one gets distracted and doing the one thing, that's what makes it great too.
It does. I think I smile more watching that than anything else. I smile from just seeing them up there. They're all so cute and dressed up, and it just makes me smile. And just how how there's a sweetness to children's ministry that, there's an innocence to it. And it's really sweet, but it is fun and it'll be good. It's really good. They've worked really hard.
And that's tomorrow, this Wednesday. Yeah. What time does that start at the church? 7 p.m. So come and come for Wednesday service and come enjoy the kids' performance here, and then come back Sunday, and then right after that, I think, is that Christmas week right?
Yes,
right
the 21st is when we're celebrating our Christmas service, and then there's midnight mass.
It is flying by.
And we want to say this too about the shoe giveaway. We had over 700 pairs of shoes, and so we're still giving away shoes all this week.
So if someone's in need,
if you're really in need and you need shoes, now we only have certain selection left, but if we have the shoes you need, right? So, they're all. Well, it's for 8th grade down to kindergarten.
So unless you got really tiny feet, they're for kids.
And so, and,
I almost qualified.
And a lot of times, if we can, we'll go get them a pair of shoes. And so, all this week, we'll still be giving away shoes. And the leftover ones, we all give to the public schools.
Awesome.
And say, here you go. Put them on. You don't have to tell them where it's from. Wow. Just put them on some kid's feet that needs them during the year.
As a husband of a teacher, I don't know how many times we've done buy shoes or buy, my wife, literally, we have a bunch of gifts in a closet for like Christmas parties because every year, and so she brings a couple gifts.
Yeah, how sweet is that?
Yeah, that's just what teachers do, and so I know exactly what you're going through on that. Just all the time, we're almost out of it. But again, please, just to recap, come on out tomorrow night. Enjoy the kids ministry and their performance, and then of course Christmas with family this Sunday, 5 p.m. Doors or parking lot opens at 4 o'clock, and then on the 21st. Come for our Christmas services, and then, of course, our midnight massive Christmas Eve, midnight, hence the reason. And of course, then just come on by the church if you're in need or if you're looking for a church home and want to come visit, come say hi, come meet the staff, come meet all the different opportunities through Church on the Move, and see it might be a right fit for your family. It is, and if it's not, then find your church home somewhere.
Sure,
but let's celebrate God.
About it.
Like you said earlier, you're not trying to steal from people. We just want to get as many people connected to God and Jesus as possible.
Exactly.
And if it's a Catholic vein or a Protestant vein or whatever vein that is, so be it. You know what I mean? I kind of got experience in a couple of those just based on how I grew up. But anyway. What's the? I always just Google Church on the Move, but it's like COTM.
COTMRoswell.com.
Because there's some other Church on the Move, so you got to put Roswell in there.
Gotcha, or you might end up on a church
in Tulsa
on
or
the move that moved somewhere else.
Yeah.
COTM Roswell.
And of course, Facebook and as well. You just look for Church on the Move Roswell, and you can find everything there. And if you have any questions or want to reach out, or if you want to volunteer, or if you want to be a part of it, please be.
Yeah, they're welcome. I also want to say too, if they go to COTM Roswell, they'll see an Advent calendar on there.
Okay.
We do an Advent calendar started when last Monday.
December 1st.
December 1st. And so you can download that and participate with that with us. It's like watch a Christmas movie, read Psalms 42, or do s'mores and read this.
I can appreciate your Advent calendar, but yours isn't the one that I peel out and get the chocolate at the. Remember those Advent calendars? You open up and there's your chocolate, and then you read.
I have one of those too. Someone gives me one of those every year. A great couple, Ron and Nina, and so my daughter and I do another one.
Well, internet's going to lose the chocolate every time in my house. It's just.
Hey, I'm a big on chocolate.
But did we get it all?
I think we did.
We got it all.
We did,
For Christmas, we got it all.
And we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. All the other pastors and churches, we pray for them every Sunday, every Wednesday.
Absolutely.
And that God is moving in those services.
And to be honest, all of our churches really do work together to make our community good and great. And when times of need happen, we all rally together. And so I know you guys do. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of situations where the community's had to rally here over the last couple of years, but you guys are always very much in the forefront, along with many other great churches and organizations in our community. So it's a one love Roswell kind of mentality here. So very good. Well, thank you guys. Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas,
Thanks, Mike.
Merry Christmas,
and anytime we can help you guys out, please don't hesitate to reach out. So,
and thanks for all the teachers like your wife that have.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. On Friday, the Artesia Public Library will host their holiday hoopla. Bring the family and get into the Christmas spirit by meeting Santa, singing Christmas songs, decorating Christmas cookies, and much more. The fun happening at the library from 3 to 6 p.m. on Friday. Students at Central Elementary School in Artesia are also showing off their ornaments, now featured on the New Mexico State Christmas tree in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. The ornaments representing New Mexico culture and values. The tree just one of 59 standing beside the national Christmas tree in President's Park. The ornaments depict different parts of New Mexico's culture and history. Designs include chili, a Zia, balloons, indigenous pottery, turquoise, an alien, a coyote, lowriders, and of course a roadrunner. And Roswell City Manager Chad Cole has announced his resignation effective at the end of January. Cole giving a resignation letter to Mayor Timothy Jennings on December 1st, according to the Roswell Daily Record. In the letter, Cole said he has accepted a new job as Vice President of Business Affairs at ENMU Roswell. Before he became Roswell City Manager, Cole was the Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Operations at the Roswell Independent School District. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure in the Four Corners region, but that's covering all of the southeastern states, so we're in a pretty good weather pattern for a while. Low to mid-60s and lots of sunshine for us today. We're in the mid-30s and clear for the overnight hours. It will warm up a little bit on Thursday. We're in the low 70s, and we keep the sunshine. We're looking good all the way through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed? Turn heads with vibrant LED posters from DSI. Plug and play with custom updatable graphics. Showcase a single showstopper or link several for a seamless video wall. For over 27 years, DSI has helped New Mexico businesses communicate smarter with printers, IT support, AV, and more. Ready to elevate your message and cut costs? Call 888-386-7834 or visit dsinm.com today.
Report, it was a decent end of the tournament for the Roswell Coyotes over the weekend. Girls basketball team at the Artesia City of Champions Classic. After losing their first game, Roswell defeated Carlsbad on Friday and then beat Artesia, the host team, on Saturday. Well, Artesia kept it going last night, winning a tough game on the road against the Lovington team. They came in 4-1. Roswell wins at Lovington last night, 48-45. The Coyotes now are 4-1 on the season. Next up for Roswell, a game against Bernalillo on Thursday. That's tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. That'll be part of the Alice King tournament in Moriarty. Goddard, by the way, is also at that same tournament, and the Lady Rockets will be taking on Melrose. That's an 11:30 a.m. start tomorrow. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett. President Trump touted the U.S. economy during a campaign-style speech in northern Pennsylvania Tuesday night. Mr. Trump says his administration is helping the economy rebound after Joe Biden caused inflation.
We're bringing those prices down rapidly, lower prices, bigger paychecks. You're getting lower prices, bigger paychecks. We're getting inflation, we're crushing it, and you're getting much higher wages.
The president touted the economy even as polls show Americans are concerned about the cost of living. U.S. stocks largely held in place on Tuesday as Wall Street waits to hear what the Federal Reserve will say Wednesday about where interest rates are heading. The widespread expectation is that the Fed will cut interest rates this afternoon, which would be the third such easing of the year. The S&P 500 slipped 0.1% Tuesday and remains near its record. The Dow Jones dipped 0.4% and the Nasdaq added 0.1%. For the Wall Street Business Report, Bernie Bennett, Washington.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
Injury, surgery, or illness can set you back, but you don't have to recover alone. At Artesia General Hospital, our rehabilitation services team provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy to help you regain strength, mobility, and confidence. Take the next step toward recovery. Call 575-736-8174 today to schedule an appointment and get back to living life to the fullest.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flantas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. We're closing in on 8 o'clock. Brian Luck, RISD Superintendent, will join us next hour. Town Hall News is up next. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The focus was on affordability at a huge Trump rally last night in Pennsylvania's Poconos. President skewer Democrats are blaming him for skyrocketing prices.
The Democrats go out, prices are too high. Yeah, they're too high because they caused them to be too high. But now they're coming down.
The president says he inherited the highest inflation in history from the Biden administration, but now that's changing. Gas prices have tumbled. AAA says they're down an average of 6 cents a gallon from a year ago. Later today, the Federal Reserve to announce its latest action on interest rates. A 48-year-old Indiana man is facing murder and assault charges for yesterday's shooting on the Kentucky State University campus in Frankfurt. Australia's first in the world ban on social media for the under-16 crowd is now in full force. The BBC's Katie Watson in Sydney says teens have been locked out of their accounts.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has called this a profound reform that will reverberate around the world. It's one of the biggest social and cultural changes that our nation has faced, he said. Kids can have their childhood and parents a greater peace of mind. But day one of the ban, and it's clear thousands of Australian youngsters are finding ways around the restrictions to access their favourite social media platforms. The government has admitted it won't be a flawless process, but the fact that it's happening at all, ministers say, is a win. The hope is that by Christmas, the government will have a better idea about whether the restrictions are working and what repercussions there'll be for companies that fail to follow the rules.
The social media ban is being challenged in court. Portland and Seattle are among cities in the Pacific Northwest underwater. Widespread flooding, it's a result of an atmospheric river. On Wall Street this morning, the Dow is up about 98 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Wesley Finance is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment?
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
I'm Ben Thomas.
Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado's daughter has accepted the Nobel Peace Prize on her mother's behalf, a ceremony in Oslo. Her mother is in hiding amid threats on her life. Townhall.com. Retired French tennis pro Caroline Garcia is standing by her principles, turning her back on a small fortune in the process.
Garcia has turned down a $270,000 sponsorship deal from a betting company for her podcast. The 32-year-old Garcia remains connected to the sport through the Tennis Insider Club podcast she created. She explained her decision, emphasizing the need for a platform where players can speak openly without pressure. Garcia has also highlighted the negative impact of gambling on athletes. Jason Walker reporting.
After 6 years in the job, Canada's U.S. ambassador will resign next year. This as the two countries review their free trade agreement. Ambassador Kirsten Hillman says that now is the time to name someone who will see the review process through to its conclusion. Townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelist said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. The Deuce of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Indubitably.
You're halfway there.
We are, it's inching closer and closer. 15 days away.
Oh, I know. Christmas
14 sleeps.
Yeah, Christmas is right there. You know, during the news there, I don't know if you caught it. You were in walking, so you probably didn't hear it. But they were talking about this lady that's I guess she's a tennis star. I don't know, French tennis. I don't know. Anyway, she's got some podcast. And they basically put her in the news because she turned down basically a $267,000 sponsor bid by like one of the betting sites to sponsor her podcast. And so and she kind of said, you know, her reasons behind that, which you can imagine why. And I kind of agree with her.
I 100% agree with
you. You know, I mean,
it's become to the point of disgusting prevalence that gambling has become. And I will instantly, if there's like an influencer or something I'm watching, I will instantly lose respect if I see him advertise for any of the gambling sites.
Yeah.
Or there's other ones that that hold my ire.
Sure.
You know, I'm like, yeah, I know they're backing up a truck full of cash for you, and it's hard to say no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, particularly with sporting events. I mean, look, I grew up And hearing the stories of the 70s, and certainly saw some in the 80s, and of course, there's a history of, gambling's always a part of sport. That's just, they go hand in hand because that's humans. But, it was always, there wasn't the sport itself. This is why Las Vegas didn't have sports teams for so many years, because they didn't want to put them into that temptation mode.
Right.
Of course, the internet's blown all that out the water now. It doesn't really matter. But it was always the CD under. The sports itself never promoted the gambling. It was there, and you're not going to stop it. It's America,
Yeah, some people just went and watched horses race for the sport.
But to me, with all these online, and now it's in the commercials in the actual sporting events itself. It's like you said, hawked by every person that has a sports blog or podcast out there or whatever. It brings the oogie to the surface. Whereas, like, the oogie was always in the back. We never talked about it. Like, remember the White Sox scandal? Remember the pick a basketball game and how many, times did the various players were accused of taking the night off, kind of stuff. That's always been there. But now it's like putting it in the forefront, and it puts it. And look, you can't stop the game. It's America and all that. But I don't think sports, particularly professional sports, should allow any of that advertising in their broadcast or promote any of that. And they've got the actual announcers doing it. Hey, here's my picks for the game.
Right.
Go degenerize. And
Stone Cold Lock brought to you by Prize Picks.
A lot of oogie. That's all.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you an actual, real world example. And it's not the sports betting sites are bad in and of themselves. One that really doesn't get talked about very often, but probably should, is Kalshi.
Who's that?
See?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Kalshi is a betting site where you can bet on literally everything.
Yeah.
You can bet on elections. You can bet on politics. You can bet on sports. And there was a story that came out, I think it was last week, that players and I think coaches were placing bets on their players and on themselves.
Yeah.
And then either getting injured and being out for the rest of the game once they've hit their certain number, so that hits a payday.
Now, you know what? People are people.
So why should it be you and I should get along? So
if people want to be idiots, I'm not going to stop that.
Right.
But I don't think other entities should promote it. So, like, the fact that this exists, okay.
It shouldn't be.
But
as
the fact
prevalent.
that I don't know about it is good, and I think more people hopefully don't. But when
they should, because it's scary. Like, the people say that Kalshi, the Kalshi odds and results are more accurate than polls in a lot of cases.
Well, as soon as more people know about it, that'll change.
That's probably true.
Because people bet on some things. And
you get the whales out there; they can thumb the scale a little bit.
But it just breeds oogie to me when you literally got Joe Buck and the guys saying, "Hey, don't forget your block of the week on this," and I see my picks online, and then you got it's just. I mean, I get like Clay and Buck and these guys do it, and they're not technically sports guys, so okay. But when you got the sports people doing it, it rings.
I lost a lot. I mean, I already had a pretty low amount of respect for Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
But I lost a lot of respect for him this year.
Well, he'll take a paycheck from anybody.
Exactly. He's Snoop Dogg.
Right.
But from all the betting sites, I mean, I think he works with I don't remember the one he works with.
He does the betting sites. He does.
He took the Saudi money. And he went over and did the Saudi Comedy Festival. I mean,
so do a lot of guys too.
Don't trust me. It's
a whole bevy.
It's been interesting to watch the blowback in the comedy community. But just the fact that he is so involved in all, and I think he's actually invested in some of these companies.
Probably
too,
that's what he probably owns half of them.
Right.
I mean, between that and the game, because he does the game one too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which. Is it the one with the king? I don't know. It's one of the games that. He as much as he does sports betting, he does also those game commercials too. It's equally annoying. He picks all the annoying things, but you know what?
I mean, get that bag. I guess
exactly. But I mean, if when the Jumanji 37 money dries up, he's got this kind of.
And I guess it's easier to sleep at night in a gigantic bed feathered down.
And when you come from nothing and now
comforters.
people are literally giving you money to hock a stupid game, I mean, I'm like, yeah, bring it on.
And it's easy for me to take this position because I wasn't offered that bag, you know?
The part that makes me kind of sad is these games are making so much money that they can get any person they want basically to hock for them.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, they're literally getting people, like LeBron James. Like,
LeBron
say what you want
James.
about LeBron, the man has more money than God. He does not
100%. Doesn't need it at all.
to degrade himself on some stupid game thing.
Right.
But they throw enough money at you. Here you go. You know.
The more money you have, the more you seek to degrade yourself.
Yeah.
See Elon Musk. But kind of a segue to another. Do you know how I know people have far too much money?
What's that? Well, the banana thing on the tape to the banana to the walls.
The Grinch Happy Meal.
Oh, we touched on this yesterday.
We did. It's okay. So I watched a thing about it. Number one, people are losing their minds. People are going through the drive-thrus ordering like 10 of these things at like $15 a pop.
Do they get a special cup or something?
Here's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a Big Mac or a 10-piece.
Okay.
A medium fry, a medium drink, I think.
Okay.
The fries come with this like pickle salt that you can like shake. It's like shaker fries.
Okay.
Which you could just get pickle salt at the Allsup's or whatever. But the key is it comes with a pair of socks.
Oh, socks.
Yeah, and they're all kinds of different colors, mostly yellow from what I've seen. Like,
you could literally probably go to like any big box store for $2 on the checkout aisle.
But they won't have the cool McDonald's logo on them. So people are clamoring for these. But
by the way, this is the guy who collects coins.
Yeah, I'm not above it. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to do this at lunch.
Glass house.
Yeah. I'm debating whether I'm going to go get my own at lunch. But workers are posting video like TikToks and stuff saying, y'all need to stop.
Yeah.
Like people are like workers are walking out because, the demand. People are like saying, oh, I didn't get my socks. And they're like, I packed your bag myself. I know you did.
Yeah.
And
these are. Problem is, the older folks, these are the same people who got us all hyped up on Beanie Babies and Cabbage Patch Kids. Now they're going to be doing it on anything. And they're the Stanley Cup people. It's all these same people.
It's going so fast now, though.
Yeah.
Like we went from, and I don't even know if you remember this. We definitely didn't talk about it. The Starbucks Bear Cup.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that for about a half a minute. Yeah.
Exactly. That had about as much stand around as the Stanley Cup.
I think we just need to get bougie, stupid, overpriced things and hock it and attach some overly cheap cookie or something to it, and we'll get people to spend hundreds of dollars.
Society, I think, has officially decided, look, we're not going to buy a home.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to afford to buy a home. We might as well buy shaker fries.
This is all the
Grinch sauce.
modern day pet rock.
But it does tap on something we were talking about yesterday. I know we had a guest, but the Grinch's prevalence. You are absolutely right.
Oh,
I'm seeing it so much more since we talked about it.
Yeah.
It's like Santa Rudolph the Grinch.
Yeah, Grinch is he's bucked up to the top of the Christmas characters here.
That's kind of crazy how that. You know what it comes down? I think it comes down to just literally the team behind like the movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was like a time limit for when the original came out for like Dr. Seuss and his estate.
And they hit
It said like no merchandising can be made from this, and then that expired, and that's what we're seeing now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, Brian Luck, RASD superintendent, is patiently waiting in the other room while we talk here, so we better stop. So let's do that, and he's going to join us and give us a recap on school board meeting and what's happening around the district this morning. Before we do that, let's get you up to date on the weather, and I'm going to sneeze. I feel one building.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure in the Four Corners region, but that's covering all of the southeastern states, so we're in a pretty good weather pattern for a while. Low to mid-60s and lots of sunshine for us today. We're in the mid-30s and clear for the overnight hours. It will warm up a little bit on Thursday. We're in the low 70s, and we keep the sunshine. We're looking good all the way through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. False alarm on the sneeze, by the way, just kind of went away. 49 and fair here in Roswell. Humidity is at 48% with winds out of the north at 10 miles per hour. Sunny and 62 for today. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight, a little cooler than last night. 34 for an overnight low. We do stay above freezing, though. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. For your Thursday, we're back up into the low 70s, sunny and 73, winds out of the south. There it went. It was delayed. That thing was creeping back on me there. Sorry about that. So it's sunny and 73 for you Thursday. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear, overnight low of 42. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, sunny, 71 for a high. Saturday, sunny and 73. And then I'm going to imagine we're going to have some winds on Saturday and Saturday night because Sunday, mostly sunny, but a high of only 56. And then we're back up into the 60s by Monday of next week. All right, it is 8:18. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Then Brian Luck will join us here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Ready, set, hurry on down to Tate Branch Roswell, where we finish first. Experience the Tate Branch difference here at Tate Branch Roswell, where business is done the Tate Branch way with honesty and integrity to deliver an exceptional customer experience. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are priced to move and are backed with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's all backed by friendly hometown customer service that puts you first every time. So don't wait. Head on down to Tate Branch Roswell right here at 2000 West 2nd Street and drive home happy today. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the world-class experience you have been waiting for.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors. The Kubota L Series is the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. They're designed for easy operation and feature performance matched attachments. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell.
Hi, can I help you?
I'm here to make hot your home.
You're not Fergie's.
I have right tools for a job.
Well, you may have the proper tools, but do you know how to use them?
I learn on Croatian YouTube.
Oh no, baby. Just because they have the equipment don't mean they can get the job done. Let Fergie's work their mojo on your heating and AC unit. 622-2660.
Fergalicious. Hi, this is Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. If you're missing teeth or struggling with dentures, I want you to know there's a better way. It's called 3-on-6 Dental Implant Solutions. It's the most natural smile replacement ever. With 3-on-6, you don't just smile again, you eat again. Apples, steaks, whatever you love, you can eat it with confidence. And here's the kicker. Carabelli Dental is the only office in New Mexico and West Texas offering this advanced dental treatment. My team and I are experts in implants and in sedation. So while you relax, we will transform your smile. Call Carabelli Dental today and take back your smile and your bite.
Call 575-622-4455.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Superintendent for the Roswell Independent School District, Brian Luck, back with us. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
Oh, wonderful.
What
a beautiful day.
It is nice. I mean, this is. I feel like we're cheating December a little bit right now. With these
you
60s
are in
and
this
70s.
office.
Yeah.
You're doing. You're cheating
cooking.
in this office.
Well, this is the story of. Matter of fact, had it not be for those windows, it would be about tack on another 5 to 10 degrees in here. But tis the season where we have no AC and we live next to the boiler and in a radio station and a build, so it just gets like 80 in here all the time. So.
But what you do for the love of the job.
Yeah. So I'll be a puddle of sweat by 10 o'clock this morning. So, but so are you all ready for Christmas and all that stuff? Or?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I know it's kind of got that short-itis for a lot of people now because we're about a week out from starting Christmas break and everything else here.
Next Friday. Early release next Friday.
Yeah, so everyone's TikTok and counting down the days. So generally speaking, though, is the December board meeting a busier meeting or a quieter meeting? Because I imagine it could go either way, of buttoning things up for the year, but at the same time, you're not getting into really the finance stuff till next year.
Right.
The calendars and everything are pretty much locked down. Or is it more just a housekeeping kind of meeting?
Yes. You know what? If I could, real quick, could I deviate just a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I did see you the other night at Pepper's.
Yeah, we were at Pepper's.
And I just want to take an opportunity to thank Neil and Adam and their staff and and the family, the Rowe family and Peppers, you can go in there for the last 30 years, and there's kids' pictures everywhere.
Absolutely.
In that establishment, and the work that they've done to help support the kids of Roswell, the stuff you see there on the wall, the stuff you don't see, the sponsorships, the donations, the meals, the hamburgers, the coats, the jackets.
Absolutely.
Just what a
there are
a
going to
great
be
group of people.
So many nonprofit organizations that are going to be scrambling, because literally when you hear like everything from cowboy prom to historical society heritage dinners to countless other events, Peppers are always the ones locking down the food and locking down that catering, and I know, just because I work with a lot of these organizations, the cost of those events are very significant.
Yes.
And Peppers and Adam and his family and team have always worked with these organizations to keep it from getting that way.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going to be as blessed as nonprofits to have that kind of aid from a local business like the Rowe family has done for many in this community.
And
so
I tell you what, it's we visited just a little bit the other night. We were in there, and it's so neat to watch somebody that's worked hard get to enjoy the next phases of their life.
Mm-hmm.
And as a town, somebody will step up. Multiples. It's gonna take multiple somebodies to step up to even try to tie those shoes, let alone fill them.
Absolutely.
But before we got going, I was like, I want to make sure that I say something.
Not
about
to mention
that.
where you're going to get your stick or paw now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is going to be, I'm wondering. I'm like, okay, so maybe the chefs aren't ready to retire, and they might meander on to maybe offer something. Who knows?
Oh, yeah.
But it is. You're right. It is a. We are so blessed to have them a part of our community and be a part of it, and we will greatly miss them now that here in a couple weeks when they're shutting their doors down and all that.
Get in there quick.
Yeah.
So kind of on the same note, as Adam and his group are kind of going into another phase of their life. We had 3 individuals last night that you say a December meeting, and we had some calendar stuff that I'll talk about here in a minute. But Ryan French, board member, was his last meeting last night.
Oh.
Ryan has graciously served his 4-year term and is going to move on and do some other things.
Good deal. Well, thank you for his service.
Oh, yeah. So I told him, I said, boy, I'd have never thought when I was your teacher that you'd be my boss one day, number one. But, I said, it is a thankless job, and Ryan's handled that with grace and dignity.
Well, he must have done something as a teacher to get to that level, to be a school board member, and, that Roswell education did him well.
We're going to count that as the one win for today. There we go. Write that down. But also I had Maria Trujillo, who is our assistant superintendent of human resources, and she's retiring at the end of December after basically. So this would have been 31 full years, so 30 and a half years for her. Her and her husband Mike are pretty big staples in the community as well, and we wish her all the best. And then another individual that I know a lot of people have seen, and you may or may not have known his name, but Daryl Evans was one of our cornerstones of our maintenance department for well over 30 years. You always spot Daryl. He always had a straw cowboy hat on.
Well, and he's seen really, over that 30 years, he's seen these buildings at its worst and at their best.
And the crazy thing about it is I could say, hey, Daryl, Washington Avenue, room 7, squeaky hinge on the, he goes, yeah, that's the fourth door from the left. And 13 years ago we did this, and 8 months ago we tried that. So want to wish him all the best in his endeavors as well.
His house has probably got 87,000 repairs needed.
Yes.
Folks like that.
Absolutely.
They're so tip-top when they get home. And it's like chefs, They cook all this amazing food. They go home and eat Pop-Tarts and hot garbage.
That's exactly right. But, it's bittersweet. You've got great people, and it's time for some other people to step up and like I said, try to put a new spin on the job. And we're looking forward to the work that they're going to do. But would be remiss if I didn't, acknowledge those 3. And we had some changes and some stuff like that. And at Christmas time, it's funny that you've got some kids and some families that have decided to relocate, some some people with jobs, etc.
Sure.
Teachers, that kind of a deal. We can make it till Christmas, and then we've got a good break here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably lots of people that I might not have the name right now, but we wish them all the best in their new endeavors as well.
Well, you see that in the classrooms and stuff too. I know, like my wife's classrooms every year, there's right around this time 1 or 2 students move, and then 1 or 2 usually come in too. Yep. So it's right. This is a transition period of sorts for many right now.
Oh yes, and it's the normal thing, and it feels good.
Yep.
And we're glad that it goes on, because that means that we're back in business and doing what we're supposed to be doing. So
absolutely. But that's the thing. We're not talking about COVID.
Nope,
or anything.
not talking
All
about
we're
that.
talking about is actual school things, curriculum, and textbooks, and which ones we want, and all the things that you're supposed to be talking about.
That's right. A couple of things we did talk about last night. One of the ones that came up early was early college high school.
Okay.
So for years, when we would do our graduations, early college high school would graduate on Saturday morning of graduation week. And before we renovated Pueblo Auditorium, they would graduate at Pueblo Auditorium.
Okay.
So it really wasn't a big deal for the district. We'd have the Goddard or Roswell graduation on a Friday night out at the Wool Bowl, and while we were doing our thing at 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings at the Pueblo with the graduation, the maintenance crew was cleaning up from the night before, getting it ready for the Saturday.
Transitioning for the next graduation.
Yeah. So when we remodeled Pueblo, we took early college out to the Wool Bowl, and they really did. They liked it. They felt the good vibes out there,
Nice.
and kind of felt more like they were a part of my I don't want to say my traditional high schools, but my other institutions.
Sure.
And so they
weren't separated; they were included in the big picture kind of thing.
So they wanted to do that
little
too.
inclusion.
So they came last night before the board with a request that their graduation be moved from the Friday or Saturday morning to the Saturday prior. That group right there, actually, it's an interesting deal. They already will have their college graduation ceremonies before they have their high school graduation ceremonies. So but with the one young man last night, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 associate's degrees that he'll already have before he walks the stage for his high school diploma.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah. So
maybe moving up a week might not be a bad idea.
Might not be a bad idea. So it wasn't an action item because it wasn't a votable thing. So we kind of left that with the board, and I gave them a few days to give me a little bit of feedback. But a neat presentation. Hats off to the parents. The PAC organization out at Early College, they've done a great job. They haven't beat me up, didn't stalk me in the grocery store. They laid out their case and had some really neat meetings and have done their diligence on that. So
I bet at the end of the day, we're going to meet that need as best we can.
I see a Saturday prior to that graduation coming up. So really excited.
And it
for
makes
them.
total sense. I mean, the logic's all there. It definitely makes the kids feel more part of the the district, and it's at the end of the day, it makes too much sense. I think we need to figure out the logistics to make that happen. That's see, I don't know anything about building maintenance or any of that stuff, and so but from the idea perspective, it sounds amazing.
Well, and the irony to it is this: I now have good air conditioning.
Yes,
in Pueblo, and but
in fact, might want to bring a sweater.
Well, yeah, this way, what would happen though is it's unlimited on the guest. And,
sure.
And we've been very fortunate with our graduations that we don't have to put any kind of well, you can only bring 4 people or 5 people like. Some of the Albuquerque schools when they go inside, that kind of a deal. So
and plus there's room for growth now.
Absolutely.
Theoretically, you want to see more and more graduates from that program each year. And so
yes, sir.
They got room to grow too.
You bet.
Yeah.
Next item up that came up was our Roswell High School automotive team. Is going to go out to Avondale, Arizona. And I was like, boy, that sure sounds great. Are you sure not saying Glendale? And if I've got it right, it's in basically Western Phoenix. Which is just part of that big blob.
They're just various dales out there.
But it did exceed the 500 miles, so they had to come in and ask for permission. And it is such a cool thing that they're going to. If they win first place, they get snap-on tool chests and tool set for the school,
which is very valuable.
Almost a $4,400 value. If it's second, tools and tuitions, and so we're really excited about that.
So is it kind of like some kind of build-off competition?
Kind of. And I laughed. So they got done, and I made the comment. I said, because the board was just so really excited for him. And I said, well, I think those guys had you at good evening.
Yeah, right.
I was like, they had your vote right then and there. But really excited for them. The work that's gone in to get them into that spot and the years that they've been working.
Yeah.
excited for that. Hopefully be coming back one of these days, probably February, and maybe kind of give you an update that said they won.
Nice.
That would be really, really
So
neat
I feel
for
like
us.
you know why the support's there, depending on the age of the people. But if they kind of were growing up in a time where they're like Jesse James and Monster Garage and all these kind of the choppers, Orange County choppers, all. I mean, we all loved all that. They had build-off competitions, so we all envisioned that, and they said, "Oh, is that what you're doing? Oh, yeah, let's do that."
Well, and I say this, you know, we've got room for everybody, and one of the neat things that's happened in about the last 2 or 3 years is it's become okay to do different things, and I'm not saying that as a slam either way. I'm being very dead serious and straight down the middle when I say that. The welding team, for lack of a better word, from Roswell High, is actually competing in a Texas circuit. And last month and a half ago, I mean, they're setting second, third in that circuit. And I'm like, I've never even heard of a welding circuit. But
well, and it makes sense because I know based on my very limited instruction on welding I've had, it's an art form. So as much as it is functionality, there is, like, you could judge it all on like the neatness and, you know, quality of the weld itself. I mean, they I mean, welders take pictures and they put them like the calendar girl pinups of their welds.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing with this one, it's kind of a West Texas, Central Texas thing. Yeah. And so, you know, Mr. Boardman and his group, they're traveling, 50, 75 miles, give or take, east of Snyder. Yeah. Same thing, east of Lubbock. And I'm like, man, you guys, what time's the competition? Well, it starts at 8. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. I was like, that's 7. And you're leaving at what time to get there? Oh, well, we're going to leave about 3. And I'm like, actually, no, you're not. You're going to go the night before, because if we're going to go compete and you're going to put my sticker on your vehicle, we're going to go to win.
We're a well-rested team.
We're going to go to win. So we're going to do these things right. And it is really, you know, the town and communities in general have always talked, well, if there was only a place where kids that didn't want to go to college could do this. Well, guess what, guys?
It's all over the place
We're
now.
here.
Yeah.
And we've been here. And it is a mind
Between
shift.
the high school and certainly with the Eastern and the colleges. There's so many
getting that
technical
meal pass
opportunities
for the college was huge with being able to put more money into to influx into that program. I visited with a gentleman that had a big sign on his vehicle that says "Vote No" for that. And I just walked up to him and I said, you know, the guy didn't know who I was, and I sure wasn't dressed like this. And I said, why no, man? You know, tell me why. Yeah. And he's like, well, I don't want this and I don't want this. And I said, well, that's a pretty cool diesel pickup you're driving right there. And he goes, yeah, it is. Thank you. And I said, well, who's going to work on it when it breaks? And oh, by the way, have you been anywhere to price just something basic on it? You know, I said, they have a diesel facility out here. It's not their main deal, but they've got a bin over there where they've got a diesel motor, and they've got another one where they've got a Tesla. Yeah. You know, I'm just like, we have to put our kids into some of these things, and we've got to tell our kids it's okay to do these things. Mm-hmm. You know, the college is great, but you may make more money doing this.
Well, and people are that too. You get 5 human beings in a room, they're going to have 5 different passions, dreams, desires, skills, talents, and things that they're, it's no different than why some people can sing like Whitney Houston, and then there's me who can't put 2 notes together without chasing, get dogs howling. I mean, it's the same kind of, and what makes me good at this radio makes me awful at other things, but that people are like that. And so not everybody's going to be a professor or be an engineer, being a welder, being a carpenter, being a painter, being an automotive mechanic, whatever that is. Yeah. And oh, by the way, they can make quite a good living doing this stuff. The aircraft, like the whole maintenance stuff going on with aircraft and all, if that beefs up and everything, those are people making 6-figure salaries when they get out of there.
It is a neat thing. Yeah. We have tied in with the college. We have really just kind of pushed forward on that as far as making sure that everybody recognizes it
now at middle school and high school levels here.
And the key thing too for us is it's you shouldn't look at some of those careers as I'm settling for these careers. Yeah, no. There's nothing wrong with going
Absolutely
for those
not.
dudes.
It's just whatever your passion is.
And getting after it and making those things yours. And that's all we're really trying to tell people is it's okay for us to start that. We actually have the ability now to start you off down this pathway in a construction field, in an IT field, in a medical field. Let us get the ball rolling with that groundwork. Let us pay for 2 or 3 college classes, Mom, Dad, and it really does pay off. And so as these groups come through and we're listening to them talk, and you know the three gentlemen there last night, oh my gosh, they were so personable. They walk in and just had the crowd, and they even had me when I was holding the door for everybody, you know, directing traffic last night, and they walked up and I asked them, I said, "Y'all singing the national anthem tonight?" And they're like, "Absolutely, sir. What language do you want it in?" And I just started laughing. I was just like, "I don't know y'all, but I like y'all. Whatever you want, I'm hoping that you get it." So a neat deal, and again, you know, some shameless plugs for the college and the work that they're doing.
Absolutely.
Hats off to the hospital for looking to partner with us on a lot of this stuff.
And that's what's kind of what we're really seeing, that great, you know, the district, our business leaders, and our higher education leaders are all really working together on the same page to say, how do we make this community better through education? And this is what we're doing.
Monday morning, next Monday, we've got a presentation out at Leprino, and it's a project-based learning project for some kids out at early college, high school. And it's also a way for them to show their competencies in several of these different courses. So, you know, very, very blessed that Leprino has opened up their doors to let us do that. And again, just, you know, we're shattering some boundaries that have never been shattered. And
by the way, that's one big building of STEM, by the way.
Tell you what, that's like a little town out there. And what a great resource it is for our community as well. And, you know, we had the groundbreaking the other day out south of town, and, you know, you've got the modular home building and the airplanes, and it just, there's a lot going on, and we're doing everything we can to try to make sure that we're pushing our kids down those directions.
Absolutely. And it all leads to great things, you know, in the community, and, you know, not only through education, but through infrastructure and resources. Like if you want to see, you know, unfortunately we had the fire down in at the airport with Air Sail, one of their hangars out there. And I don't know if people realize that, yes, there's been some modernization. These are all buildings back from military base era with antiquated, a lot of stuff in there. And I don't know causes of fire. I know there was paint, but when you have old things like this happen over time. Well, and so we need to. We're going to have to see that research, but it really starts through these programs and installing, getting these business entities to partner with the schools at both, you know, the you know, elementary and middle school and high school levels, but also at higher learning as well, college or whatever. It's all part of the big picture. And kind of getting back to where you started at the beginning here, this is why you don't vote no on those bonds.
And I mean, it was kind of interesting. I mean, we had a really cool, respectful conversation. And it was nice. I was just like, that's called respective discord, and you're going to do your thing, and I'm going to do my thing, and good luck, you know, and I won't be upset, and I hope you're not upset, but I was excited that got through, primarily for our kids.
And I that's why I kept saying on the radio, like, if you want nice things, you're going to have to invest in it. It just is going to pop up, and this is how you invest in it. So.
Well, and I mean, there's no lie that $1 doesn't go as far as it used to, and that you know, $70,000 salaries don't mean quite what they used to. And I know there's people out there that are not making anywhere near that, and they're like, you know, I can't believe you just said that.
Right, I'd be killing for that.
I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying is that as salaries have increased, prices have gone up on everything.
Absolutely.
And
where someone might thought they could live very comfortably, now they're like, well, I gotta tighten the belt a little bit here.
Well, and that's really what our message with our kids is look, we're not trying to, you know, obviously we're not going to tell you what to do with the rest of your life. All we're saying is that for the next, you know, especially our high school kids, like for the next 4 years, you know, take advantage of the time that you're here. And when you walk out the door, you know, get as much of my free stuff as you can, and take a high school diploma, and at least have that, and maybe some skills that will help you to be productive.
Absolutely.
You know, so that you don't have to ask, and that you have the ability to springboard into something that you want to do.
Sure.
Whatever that is.
Well, this is where, you know, the creative brains can flourish early level rather than have to wait till adulthood or whatever to pursue those dreams, because education just wasn't steered in their direction. You know, it's just, you know, that's where we're evolving to, and where we can put equal footing on whatever, like you said, you know, like you said earlier, you know, if your brain is a mechanically inclined person and you can work on engines and work on things, that's an amazing thing. Let's flourish that. Let's not push that down because it'd be better if you're a Rhodes Scholar or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the mindset we're changing.
Well, and it's kind of interesting because there's times it's almost like the state public education department can't get out of its own way. You want to show the taxpayers that you're doing your diligence with their dollars, i.e. we have to come up with some type of an assessment piece so that we can show that schools and districts are utilizing the money to get the best product that they can. But right now, and it's a challenge, and I say that as a compliment. This is definitely not a slam, but it's a challenge as far as, okay, we want to open that door so that we can come up with alternate assessments so that a student that has the ability to do different things, i.e. you put them in front of a computer and they can go miles with that thing, but they may not be able to do Algebra 2, and that they may have an issue with a basic science test. So you've got to have the opportunity. Sorry about that. You have to have the opportunity to assess them on a standardized format.
Sure.
And they're working. Our state's working really hard. That's like I mentioned the project-based learning a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are starting to count for some of our other standard measures. And our team is working really hard to say, look, you've got to give us that opportunity. I mean, at the end of the day, we talked last night about our graduation rate, and I made the comment. I said, that's my state championship right there. And, that is the entire reason why we do everything that we do. When we're setting it in our number range that we're at right now, high 60s, mid 70s, high 60s, and getting better. But we've got to do better than that. And and I always say, but you have to consider the way they calculate those things. And it sounds like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, and I'm not. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody realizes that you've got great people in our district that are working really hard to do the best for your kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's and with the money situation and things like that, that was kind of neat, by the way. But
special effects.
It just from my own personal experience with my wife and things, and I will say that over her career, and obviously she's progressed and she's capped out pretty much, as far as earning potential. She's kind of maxed out at this point. But there's been a significant increase in pay over the years, and not just because of her progressing through her, things to get her higher seatings and all that stuff. And so, it is getting better. But that's it's a competitive world, you guys. I mean, that's the thing you got to deal with is variables, and then this so-and-so school district's offering this amount of money for teachers now, and then you'll get a few that flock that way, and because people think grass is greener, and sometimes they find out it's not, and they come back, and sometimes it is. But that's just part of the beast you guys deal with, and it's no different than other doctors, law enforcement. They deal with the same type of issues that you guys do.
I'm going to give you a number. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Roswell Independent School District, probably the second, third largest employer in the city of Roswell. Okay. We currently have 24 vacant positions.
Wow.
Okay. General education and special education certified. So my teachers. Okay. I have 5 general ed certified positions. I have 6 elementary sped. I have 4 general ed high school positions. I have 1 sped ED. And that's it, Mike. I mean, thank you, taxpayers. Thank you. I cannot say enough that as we have put that in there, what that has done for us is that's retained people.
Yeah.
That's retained veterans, and that's attracted highly qualified individuals.
Well, I remember not too long ago, you guys were jumping all kind of through hoops to dangle carrots to people to, cross-training, all kinds of different
cross-training and moving bonuses. And
now, granted, we want those positions filled too, because it makes it so much easier when all the staff is in the positions they need to be for flow of schools and things. But that being said, you're not seeing classroom sizes of 30 plus because there's not enough teachers to meet the minimum needs here at schools.
And you don't have you have kids that will have long-term subs, but you don't have near the number of kids that have got permanent. I mean, we have.
Well, you have long-term subs because life happens, pregnancy, stuff like that.
Well, and I will say this, and I'm not speaking ill of anybody, but we also have some long-term subs because they're better than the applicants that have applied for the jobs.
Sure.
and the principals have been given the flexibility to say, this individual right here that I have cares for my kids more than the group of people. Roswell was very blessed,
and that's more common than you think. 'Cause I know, again, my wife, and and to be honest, and I know every teacher, they all have them. Like, oh, I get it. They have their favorite subs. They have because they know that these are the ones that care about their kids, and will. Just because I'm off tomorrow doesn't mean my kid's not getting educated. You know, these are going to work with.
Well, and there will be days here and there that a video will take the place of a lot of things, but I think the days of subs here and here's a video and crash out for me for the next 45 minutes to an hour, I think those are gone.
Just be quiet.
Well, there's not enough time. There is not enough time that we've got stuff that we've got to get through. And we do take tests. And, I don't want to be remiss and say that we still don't take our standardized test. But as far as, what we were going through with our park testing and our school rankings, not happening.
Yeah.
Like it used to. And it, our teachers do take that very seriously.
Absolutely.
They want, there's a competitive edge to that. They want the best. I want to be the best. Speaking of, Nancy Lopez was honored last night as a Spotlight School.
Great.
The work that staff, that community has done to go from where they were 10 years ago, 6 years ago, to being one of the top 10% schools in the state of New Mexico.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they like good grades too.
Well, I tell you what, it is amazing what being, having the fidelity to doing the job at hand. And what you can accomplish with some parent support. Let me rephrase that. What you can accomplish with some parent support is huge, and they've done great work over there, and they deserve every bit of what they've got.
Absolutely,
so, I'm super excited about that.
Yep. And yes, always be proactive with work with your teachers to help, because at the end of the day, and this is the part we all got to remember. I guarantee the teacher that you're working with wants the best for your child, just like you want the best for your child. If y'all can go into the room agreeing there, then I think a lot of progress can be made.
Absolutely. Well, the other thing that came up last night, it was kind of big, was our first reading of our school calendar for next year. Hats off to Mike Gottlieb for being able to do 3-year calendars. I have no idea how he did that. We're operating on a year-to-year calendar based off of state requirements, but the calendar that got proposed last night really mirrors this one a lot. With a week off at Thanksgiving, I won't lie. I know
you're not a fan.
I advocate it, man, alive, and not because of me, but because I worry so much for our teachers and our kids that by the time we get to Thanksgiving, there's not a lot left in the tank, and we had a vote, and it was overwhelming. 70% of those that responded wanted.
It's the will of the people.
Wanted the somehow it's going to be my fault though. They wanted the break there at Thanksgiving, and then the other thing was they kind of opted for a little later spring break next year.
Okay,
about a week and a half later, we'll have Good Friday, and then that Good Friday will take us into the spring break the week after that.
Okay,
so, looking forward to that, and second reading will come up. We'll have a special meeting for that.
Okay.
Before December's over, we take that and hand it to our lady that does our student information system, Lucy Morgan, and she will start inputting that into next year's master schedule, and then our high schools will start prepping for next year.
Is there usually tweaks between the first and second readings, or is it pretty much once the first one's read, it's pretty much set in stone?
We did a good job. Well, we try to do a good job every year, but we had a really good committee come in. The board didn't have a lot of questions last night. I mean, and there's not a lot of, we've got to go this many days. If we would like to be done before, July. And so we don't want to start before August, and I think our start date is the first Monday in August, something like that, maybe the 5th. I don't have it in front of me. I apologize. But, it'll mirror this one. So those of you that are looking at plans and vacations and stuff like that, and you're kind of going off the school calendar, you got the Thanksgiving deal, and then you can tap that Good Friday as
similar to this year.
That Friday will lead into what would be probably spring break.
Gotcha.
So, but if you can wait a couple of weeks, we'll have it official.
Official.
So I wouldn't be booking my cruises just yet if it was me.
That's right. Unless you know it's like right in the middle of June or something, full
This
well.
is true.
there's
Oh,
got-
yeah.
But if you're trying to play the fence there on
Yeah.
the dates, then might want to wait a minute.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I got any time to plug some Christmas stuff?
Absolutely.
All right. Because it needs more plugging. Pokhorn and Goddard High School girls holiday basketball.
One of the most prestigious, most fun weeks of basketball there is. So
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's not in Hobbs. And yes, that's a slam at Hobbs. So, and I know Hobbs has the holiday classic, but we've got a boys tournament and a girls tournament, and we bring in some really good teams.
I know the Pokhorn kind of gets all the shine, but the Goddard holiday tournament, which is basically the women's bracket of the Pokhorn, it's not, but it kind of is. Because they actually the tournaments equally share both gyms at the same time. They really are they're two different tournaments, but they look like a whole lot like one tournament to me.
Well, and again, thank you to the Sunrise Optimists for
they do an amazing
supporting
job.
that. Man, that is a labor of love. That
Now,
one right there.
If you have your all sports passes, those do not count for Pokhorn or any tournaments. Those do count for regular season and those games. But when there's a holiday tournament or anything like that, now that being said, you can get a pass. It'll get you into every game for the Pokhorn and the Goddard holiday tournaments. We will be carrying all of the games on KSVPTV.com. I believe only our Goddard, Roswell, and Artesia. I'm not even sure if they're in the tournament for this year.
I couldn't tell you.
But certainly for Roswell Goddard, we'll be having announcers for those. The other games will probably be on the video, but you'll just hear the squeaks and the scores and the crowd. No announcers per se, but you'll be able to watch all the games.
Well, and thank you for that as a parent of a kids plural that have played. And if something's going on or it's work or it's who knows what, at least you've got that.
Absolutely.
And in KSVP TV, you don't have to pay for it. The service is far more phenomenal. There's not a delay. The glitches, and we've spoken.
We wish we
highly.
could do more and better, but we do get handcuffed by people.
You almost got to broadcast the state football game the other day. I don't know if they shared that with you, but Jeffrey came up to us at the game and made the comment that the entity, nameless entity, had not shown up yet to video.
Oh, was it that close?
And that I call it the suits from the NMAA were like, well, how far is your studio from here? Do you have your equipment here? And I was like, if only.
I really wish that was the first time that's happened. That's happened a couple of years. Now they do show up at the last minute with their, coming in with a big pile of hot mess and scrambling and everything. But I'm not trying to brag, but we
You should.
We for as lack of as marginally professional as we are, we're light years ahead of what the other guys are doing.
Well, I might have bought that 15 or 20 years ago, but y'all have set a standard, and it is very well appreciated in the community.
Well, I'm glad you
more
guys
than
see
y'all
the
realize.
top of the duck and not the legs underneath.
Well, there's so much I could say right there, but I'm not. I'm not taking that. Not taking the bait. I do know that again, thank you to your crews for their fall work.
Absolutely,
it's hot, it's cold, it's
they do experience
the weather's crazy. It's going to tornado, it's going to rain, it's going to lightning, and they've done great. And I hope that they've enjoyed a little bit of a rest here in the last couple.
Yeah,
of
they
weeks.
get to be indoors for the next month until baseball and softball season.
That's
and
right.
It's back in the wind.
That's right. And back out you go.
That's right.
But the calendar committee, the Pokhorn group, the holiday tournaments. Then we shift right into winter sports. You've got wrestling going on.
Yeah, that's going to be heating up here pretty quick. And
they're already moving. We've had a couple tournaments already with them.
And I think we're going to be broadcasting some of those tournaments. I think they're working. I think they're.
I've heard
don't quote me, but I know it's in the works there. So
well, and I don't necessarily know that you're going to announce those, although I would love to see y'all do it.
Yeah.
Just because I'd like to hear what Art and Kelly and Coach Deck would say at one of those things.
Well, I wonder if they go WWE style.
I don't recommend it. Every time we would get ready for a meet, I would ask the guys where the ropes are, and they just would give me this disgusted look. And I'm like, it's a joke, y'all. I know that.
Y'all been working on your suplexes?
It's a joke. It's a joke, and I'm not bagging on anybody.
The airplane body slam, y'all doing that?
Yeah. No intro music, no announcers. But
no.
Lots going on. Don't hesitate. And if you're bored, you shouldn't be.
Well,
because
and that
we got
being
stuff
said,
going on.
yes, we're going to have the popcorn, but if you can go there, be there. Because support the kids, support the optimists, support the program, please, and eat a lot of junk food. Get in there and buy all the concessions because you're supporting the kids and the boosters by doing all that. So hang out there all day and stop for candy and popcorn every hour or two to kind of.
And I will say that, I mean, when we do that kind of stuff, and our gate fees, I mean, these are fundraisers, and this is how we pay for things. When we do any type of upgrade at the Wool Bowl, we can't use particular pots of money.
Sure.
So we have to use our gate fees. So when we're looking at doing different things, I know one of the wishes that come up was the handrails over at the Wool Bowl Stadium. Okay, well, that'll have to come out of gate fees, and that won't be cheap. And I'm not saying like because it's not cheap, we can't do it. I'm just simply saying money has to come from somewhere.
Well, the other option is we need our own Mac Chase to come down and support the.
Buy some popcorn. Buy a lot of popcorn. But those are, that's run by our booster clubs. Or that's run by the chorus department or different things like that. So there's.
I'm just saying, Artesia always goes to Artesia because look at the name on the field.
Well, and the cool thing about that, and yes, this is a plug, and no, I don't get any dollars for this.
Yeah.
That company didn't have to do that.
Absolutely.
And they had a vision, and
it's amazing.
It's paid off for them.
I'm jealous. I'm not hating. I'm jelly.
No. It's very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. We are out of time. Is there anything you did want to cover?
Nope, I'm good.
As always, thank you for visiting us and keeping us up to date, and we keep on doing it here in 2026. And if there's anything we can do to help you guys out, please don't hesitate to let us know. And Merry Christmas to you and your family and staff and everybody at the RISD, and a Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Happy New Year to you and your wife, and I hope she enjoys some time.
Well, if I'm around, probably not. Just kidding.
No, I didn't say how she was going to enjoy it. I just said I hope she enjoys it.
I kid, of course. Okay. So, thank you, Brian.
Yes, sir.
All right. It is closing in on 9 o'clock. It is time for Town Hall News. Stay tuned next hour. Larry Martin with the Midday Lions going to join us talking about their carriage rides this weekend. That's happening as well. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. A federal judge in San Francisco is ordering the Trump administration to end the deployment of California National Guard troops in Los Angeles. Another ruling of note from a different court. A judge says secret grand jury transcripts from Jeffrey Epstein's 2019 sex trafficking case can be made public. The judge joins two other judges in granting the Justice Department request to unseal the investigative material. President Trump says his top priority is to make America affordable again. He talked about that at a big rally last night in northeast Pennsylvania.
Facing criticism over the high cost of living, the president used his visit to Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, to blame Joe Biden and Democrats for the affordability crisis.
The Democrats go out, prices are too high. Yeah, they're too high because they caused them to be too high. But now they're coming down.
He acknowledged there's more work to do in improving the economy, even as he defended his tariff policy and pointed to falling gas prices. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The president is expected to hold a series of campaign-style rallies in advance of next year's crucial midterm elections. The strategy is to get the president out there in hopes that will get more pro-Trump voters to the polls. Miami will be getting its first Democrat mayor in several decades.
Democrat Eileen Higgins has won the Miami mayor's race, defeating Republican Emilio Gonzalez, who was endorsed by President Donald Trump.
Well, we did it!
Higgins will be the first woman to lead Miami. With nearly all the votes counted from Tuesday's voting, Higgins led Republican Gonzalez by about 19 percentage points. Audio courtesy of WSVN. I'm Donna Warder.
Later today, the Fed will be announcing its latest decision on interest rates. Ahead of that, the Dow is up 100 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Of Europe's main human rights body, the Council of Europe, are meeting today to review what's become a thorny, politically charged issue in the EU.
The meeting of 46 states comes after growing tension over how human rights laws apply to migration, but also behind-the-scenes momentum to make changes. Officials at the Council of Europe, the body that oversees the court, believe a political declaration could be reached by the spring over how human rights laws should apply in a far more restrictive way to people smugglers and failed migrants. That deal would aim to make it harder for people to resist being sent home and potentially easier for governments to set up so-called returns hubs for those with nowhere else safe to go.
The BBC's Dominic Cascione. 2 4-story buildings have collapsed in Fez, Morocco, killing 19 people. State news media reports the buildings housed 8 families. 16 people were injured. News and analysis, townhall.com. It's a new ski season in the Green Mountain State. Rescue teams are increasingly relying on social media.
A TikTok video has influenced skiers chasing fresh powder tracks in the back country of Vermont. That means inexperienced resort goers are skiing out of bounds, finding themselves lost in the woods and in need of rescue. John Wasey is the chief at Stowe Mountain Rescue.
Stowe Mountain Rescue responded to a 911 call for 2 lost skiers. One was a skier, one was a snowboarder, 2 19-year-olds.
The rescue now sees around 8 missions to help multiple lost skiers per season, compared to around 3 only 5 years ago. I'm Haya Panjwani.
South Korea will require advertisers to label their ads made with AI. There's been a surge of deceptive promotions featuring fabricated experts or deep-faked celebrities endorsing food or pharmaceutical products on social media. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
Aye. Happy Wednesday, indeed.
You say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. A-Y-E. Aye.
Oh, yeah? Just weird. I've been watching a lot of. I watched that Abandoned. I finished the 7 episodes.
Did you?
By the way, there better be some more coming soon because they put you right in the middle of the spot.
They leave you on a cliffhanger.
Well, A, if this thing doesn't get picked up anymore, I'm going to be highly mad because I'm so left unsatisfied. And B, if that's the whole first season, I'm not waiting another year to find that. They literally. Yeah, I'm hoping like here in a month they're going to put a couple more episodes.
Well, the way I heard you describe it, they're going to have filmed that all in one take. You can't be like, and we're wrapped on season 1, come back and recreate the situation they're in for season 2 with everybody looking like 6 months older.
Without telling you a story, they literally end it with a house on fire, and whether we're waiting to see if someone's coming out of it. And it just ended. It was like they show the fire and they show the door, and you're like, someone about to come? And then credits. And you're like, oh. Now, I know that's a spoiler, but that makes no sense unless you watch the rest of it. So.
One would think, yeah.
But
well, here's hoping that it does actually get. See, that's what it is. Yeah. They left you hanging, and you're like the whole time you're like, oh, it's all right, it's fine, it's whatever, and then you're left hanging. Now you're like, I need more.
Yeah, they did the old first sample free kind of
They did, but that first sample was disappointing, and then once you got in. Then you were hooked.
It took a minute to start, but once it started getting a little more,
in fairness, I will say this. Most of the shows that I love that stand the test of time for me have a less than stellar first season. Stranger Things notwithstanding, because Stranger Things hit the ground and ran. I mean, it's been good from the get-go.
It took me a minute. I was a good 3 or 4 episodes in before I finally said, all right, I'm starting to get into this.
And I think part of it to me was the nostalgia of it all was what hooked me, and then the character development is what kept me there.
For me, I was like, what? There's just people going through the woods. I was kind of like, what is this all about?
But like everybody I've ever told to watch Breaking Bad, I will say, and this is my advice to get through the first season. It's not great. It's kind of cringe at times.
It's very in your face.
It's very in your face.
Like the first episode was like, what happened? That escalated quickly.
That's gratuitous.
Yeah.
But I think they were testing their limits or whatever. But once you get to season 2, once you have some character development and a story established, these hills sing, if you will. It's perfect after that, but you have to get through season 1. So maybe this is that situation. Maybe it just took a long time for the people to gel.
The more I watched it, the more I'm like, this is Sons of Anarchy in the 1850s. That's basically what this is. It's not that I'm complaining.
Hey, the
I
man's
like
got
Sons
one
of
note, and it's a good note.
But it's a one-trick pony, but it's a pretty good trick. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about it. But that being said, there's a lot of flaws. There's a lot. It's not perfect.
Fair.
But it was entertaining.
Well, now that that show is over, if you need something new to fill the void in your life until The Abandons comes back, because you were abandoned, I have found a new sport that I am obsessed with.
Is it the slapping stuff?
No.
I can't deal with that.
No. This is even better.
Okay.
I was getting the power slap videos.
Yeah, he was going down a hole.
Well, they were hand feeding them to me. I couldn't get away. This new one though, and it's got a couple names. If you can find it, it might hook you too.
Okay.
It's either called Car Jitsu, or Car MMA. Now,
it's like Demolition Derby.
No. Here's the sport.
Okay.
You get 2 MMA fighters, trained jiu-jitsu, black belt, whatever, and a car.
And have them fight in a car?
And they get in the driver's and passenger seat of the car.
Yeah.
They have to buckle in and hold their hands up. Then the contest begins, and they can unbuckle and go at each other using the car and leverage and how little the space is to their advantage.
So are they allowed to bash their head in the dashboard?
Whatever. It's fair game. It's completely open. I have seen some insane fights. I saw a dude get like a Fujiwara arm bar in the 2 metal slats between where the headrest raises up. He popped the headrest up, slipped the guy's arm in there, popped it down, and held it down. And that was how he had him in the arm bar. It was crazy. It's an insane sport.
It does sound odd. I don't know how I feel about it.
What's crazy is there's referees there. It's
were they in the back seat? Where are they at?
No.
In the glove box? Where are they at?
They're in the front. No, they're outside the car. They're watching everything happen from inside.
All right.
And there's also it was a small crowd of people. I'm pretty sure they were in a garage.
That's an awful lot amount of trust.
Yeah.
Because in a boxing ring or an MMA ring, if things get too shady, the ref will go in there and physically break it up. If they're in a car,
I'm guessing you're going to put a lot of trust in your fellow fighter that, if they see that you're injured, they're going to, back off.
Well, I would hope that'd be in the ring too,
Right.
but you mad enough.
It's true. But it is endlessly entertaining because depending upon the fighters and the vehicle that they choose to scrap in, it gets like, I watched two guys, like one relatively heavyset gentleman and a very scrawny guy who, by the way, won. The skinny dude, he was a scrapper. This all went down in a Toyota Camry.
Well, see, the big guy can't move that
He had
fast.
no range.
Yeah.
It was amazing. He just sat there and took it.
This is the meathead workout dude when you put the sticky note in the middle of his back and he can't go get it.
The string bean was like crawling all over him. He was like snaking him.
Yeah, this is Ant-Man versus this is an Ant-Man movie, basically.
It was insane, and I can't stop watching. So if you get a chance, look it up. Car Jitsu or Car MMA. It's pretty fun.
All right. Well, now that my phone's heard it, I'm sure I will get.
You'll get at least one.
Various. Like I got hit with something I accidentally, because it was interesting. I was watching. It was some kind of hockey-like sport that I don't know where I play in India or something. I don't know. It's basically on ice, and they wear something that's kind of like a hockey stick, but the ice rink is ginormous, like a soccer field.
Right.
And the net is the size of a soccer net, and the goalies wear half the goalie stuff, but it's way more open and a lot less hitting because there's so much ice. But so much, it's basically soccer on ice. It's like if hockey and soccer had a kid, that's what this sport would be. It's kind of. But then I watched one, and all of a sudden I got 30 videos of this stuff, and I'm like, I didn't want all that.
It's
I
just
was
how the algorithm
morbidly
works.
curious about this one. So it is what it is. But yeah. Oh, I get. You know what I do? I got to get to because Hard Knocks episode 2 came out.
Ooh.
So I got to get through that depressing thing today. That's masochistic.
You
isn't it?
were eager for episode 1.
Well, after the train wreck and pretty much, I think Zach Ertz's career ended on Sunday.
So the show's done in real time. Like it's,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically what games happened this past weekend is what I'm seeing.
Okay.
It was on last night, but
Well, maybe
now
you
it's
get,
on HBO
maybe
Max
you'll get to kind of get a peek behind the curtain as to what happened, what went wrong.
Well, none of it's good, and I don't want to know. You know? It's gonna be sad, but I got to sit through it.
They gave you 20-something years of not having to deal with anguish for this show, and now you finally get what you want, and you have to suffer for it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this was not wishing my team was on the show. I don't want to be on the show anymore.
Why couldn't it be last season's Commanders?
Well, if it's during training camp, there's still hope,
right?
But in the mid-season, if your team's doing great, this is an amazing show to watch. But if your team sucks, then it's like reliving the nightmare.
But when your boy had his amazing opening season,
last year I would have been boy howdy.
That would have been a great one to Hard Knocks.
You bet you. Well, let's just say you
can't win them all.
The shine's off the luster there, or the luster's off the shine. I don't know. It sucks now. It is 9:15. Larry Martin with the Midday Lions going to join us here in just a few minutes. This is the first weekend of 2 for their carriage rides out in the for the Christmas lights. Don't forget this Saturday, next Saturday is their romantic one night there for 50. And you and two of you.
I was like, you and 2 others? Whoa. I didn't know they had a cuck chair.
The
carriage.
No, the 2 total.
There you go. Makes much more sense.
So we'll talk about that with Larry here in just a few minutes. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure in the Four Corners region, but that's covering all of the southeastern states, so we're in a pretty good weather pattern for a while. Low to mid-60s and lots of sunshine for us today. We're in the mid-30s and clear for the overnight hours. It will warm up a little bit on Thursday. We're in the low 70s, and we keep the sunshine. We're looking good all the way through the upcoming weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, I forgot to scroll up. 51 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 41% with winds out of the north at 13 miles per hour. Expected to hit 62 under sunny skies today. Winds are out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tonight, a little colder tonight, still above freezing, 34 for an overnight low. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny and 73. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, clear, overnight low of 42. Winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, sunny and 71. Saturday, sunny and 73. But Sunday, we're going to be in the mid-50s. So I'm going to guess, that we'll get some wind probably Saturday, possibly into Saturday night as well, too. All right, it is 9:17. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then Larry Martin will join us here on the other side with the Midday Lions. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air. Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390. If you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, look no further. The Roswell Hyundai Used Car Super Center. With a huge selection of vehicles to choose from, nearly every make and model. You're sure to find the vehicle that fits your needs and budget. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Super Center has something for everyone. The #1 used car super center in southeast New Mexico 2 years in a row. Roswell Hyundai, the fun place to buy a car. 1909 West 2nd.
In a medical emergency, every second counts. Artesia General Hospital's emergency department is open 24/7, staffed with highly trained professionals ready to provide life-saving care when you need it most. Don't wait. When minutes matter, trust Artesia General Hospital. Quality emergency care close to home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com.
At Carabelli Dental, we believe your smile deserves the very best. From the moment you walk in, our team provides unmatched customer service and a dental experience like no other. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental. Whether it's a routine visit or you need advanced care, we make sure you feel comfortable, cared for, and confident in your smile. Discover the difference at Carabelli Dental, where your comfort and your smile come first.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main, or call 575-622-4455.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning from the Midday Lions, Larry Martin back with us. Good morning, Larry.
Good to be here.
How's life treating you?
Pretty good.
Good deal. Well, this weekend it starts out if the tradition that the Midday Lions do every year. The carriage rides out to see the Christmas lights this weekend and next weekend. That's happening. So if you have not booked your reservation yet, you need to get on the stick on that one. I imagine spots now that we're getting closer to the event are starting to fill up a little bit in certain days, so you might not have as great a selection as you did a week ago. But nonetheless, now's the time to get on there and reserve your spots and all that good stuff.
We do have room, but some of them will fill up. He's right. So,
of course, now if you don't know what we're talking about, every year the Midday Lions they'll meet at the Boy Scout headquarters there on Aspen, and on the weekends here these next 2 weekends between now and Christmas. And for $10 per person, you can get ride the carriage, and they'll take the carriage out into the neighborhoods there and the orchards and look at all the beautiful Christmas lights and things like that. And then it's about 45 minutes or so?
No, about half an hour.
About a half hour carriage ride through the lights and everything. There's hot cocoa and everything at the headquarters, Scout headquarters there before you get on or after you get off. Or
a nice fire to warm.
Yeah, nice fire.
Around.
Although this weekend it'll be, Saturday night, because during the day it's 73 and Saturday night's overnight low at 34. So we're going to be above freezing. So maybe it won't be so tundra-y.
Well,
but you're going to want to be
40 means you bring a coat.
Yeah.
And we'll have blankets, but we've been down there where it was like 12 degrees one year. And
you'll appreciate the fire nonetheless. There's certainly when you're 12, but when it's 40, you will too as well. But this year, and of course, the carriage rides will be, Friday night and Saturday night.
And Sunday.
And Sunday, this weekend and next. Now, on Saturday of this weekend and next weekend, y'all have started an additional carriage ride this year, kind of a romantic couples carriage ride.
Yes, for couples only at 8 o'clock and for both Saturday nights. Mm-hmm. Just one ride each week, so it's really not very many.
Space is limited, yeah.
And we try and give a little promotion with a local restaurant.
Mm-hmm. And that one costs $50 for the couple.
For the couple.
But it also includes, like you said, a little gift certificate.
Right. And it's extra long, so it cruise a little longer down the neighborhood.
Yeah.
A little more romantic for a couple want to come out and enjoy a night. So it's real nice.
So, and of course, you get to enjoy cocoa and all that good stuff, too. But again, that'll only be this Saturday night and next Saturday night, and it's the one carriage, and when it's full, it's full.
Right.
And so, again, book that early. But as far as the traditional carriage rides, $10 per person, and they'll run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings here. You guys start at 6
o'clock.
6 p.m. and you go to about 8:30, I think. Right?
I think the last one's at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So and that'll be the next 3 nights, and then next weekend as well too.
Right.
If you go to the Midday Lions website, that's the place you can go to reserve your spots and all that. Which Larry, you're looking at the flyer. Can you read it off the top of your head?
RoswellMiddayLions.org.
There it is. Go right there all to the and then you can go there and book your slots if you want to order or if you want to reserve the romantic Saturday night couple thing or just the traditional carriage ride. You can do it there, and of course you pick your time slots. But the sooner you do it, the more availability you have, because once it's first come, first serve. Once they're filled,
and it's a nice, comfortable ride. Well, you're sitting on a bench, so comfort is limited, but we have some good Christmas music. And, and a lot of good, friendly people talking together.
To get you in the
so
Christmas
spirit.
Yeah. And the lights are always beautiful out in the orchard. If you ever had a chance to go out there and check that out before, it's really nice. And big thank you to the Scouts. I know the Lions, you guys do sport. They're going to help out, kind of just making sure all the logistics work out there each night for folks when they're having trouble navigating or getting to things.
Well, they give us a good home base too. We can meet and launch from their parking lot, so that's really convenient.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's right kind of the gateway to back to the orchard there, so it's kind of a perfect spot to do that. So, but it is. I was going to say tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday this weekend, and then we'll do it all over again Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next weekend, and of course. If you're looking to for an opportunity to serve, Lions are always looking for new members to be a part of the Midday Lions here. I know you got about a dozen or so kind of hardcore members here, but always looking for more to kind of help and serve. And when they're not doing the carriage rides, they're helping with the eyeglasses, and that's kind of the platform for Lions.
Yeah, that's where most of the money goes. Yeah. We support other units in company or businesses in the city, but most of it goes to eyeglasses for kids.
Yeah, that's kind of
and
the
some
Lions
adults,
platform,
depending on the situation. So,
but yeah, it's really a great opportunity for them. You guys working with families and providing not only glasses and things for some treatments and things for certain kids, and the Lions globally, they do a lot of work with eyes and things like that. So, but yeah, here, and the great thing is when you work with the Midday Lions here, all the money, all the donations you guys do, that goes to kids here locally in Chavez County too. It's right here local. So it's kind of nice that when you say, "Oh, I got some glasses for you," it's going to help kids right here in our community. And when you donate money to help these things, it's the same thing. So when you come out and ride the carriage and enjoy the cocoa and see the beautiful Christmas lights, your $10 donations or your $50 donations, that's what going right back to helping kids in our community here. So
now some of you may have seen us we were in the Fair Parade, with no lights, and and the Veterans Parade no lights. But we were in the light parade the other day, and fully loaded and lit up. So some of you may have seen us. I was really impressed with that parade, by the way.
It was a nice parade, yeah.
Very nice. There's a lot of people out there. In fact, more people there than the Veterans Parade.
Yeah, I think they well, the lights tend to draw a bigger crowd
than, so. A lot more kids
than old crotchety old people. But you get a lot of the Veterans
Well, the
Parade.
Veterans Parade is more, you see more adults.
Sure.
And this had a zillion kids out there for the light parade. And I was on the carriage, and I'd shine the lights in their eyes, and they say, "Hey, what? Huh?"
But
There's that dirty old guy on the wagon there, shining lights in my eyes.
Well, and plus it's just really beautiful with the main street all lit up now, and the Christmas trees now up and lit, which they did Friday night. So, it is kind of it's just a special little thing. So, which is kind of the cool part now is, the second coolest lights, obviously we'll be going out to see the carriage ride and all that, but the second coolest is taking a trip down Main Street right now. So, but definitely if you want to become a member of the Lions or want to volunteer or learn more, don't hesitate while you're out here this weekend or next weekend. You can talk to any of the staff there, and they'd be happy to tell you a little bit more about it.
We're one of many service clubs in town.
Yeah.
There's Optimists and Kiwanis and Sertoma and a lot
they
of
all
others.
do great things.
Yeah, they all do. Yeah, it's very good. And I was looking through your Chamber of Commerce pamphlet out there about the Leadership Council, and in a city either suffers or benefits from the leadership.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get out and help people, you can. And Scouts is a good example.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm not sure I want to get on a soapbox here, but
I do it all the time. Go ahead, Larry. You might be tired of my soapbox.
But the Lions Club supports 2 troops and a pack, so we try to keep the kids going. And frankly, all of us in the Lions are associated with scouting, so and most of us military. So we've been around and we know what's
Seen a thing
what's
or
good
two.
for the country.
Yeah.
And, I hate to see scouting get such a bad rep over the last few years.
Well, and I think they're kind of rising out of the ashes here. I hope so. And there's anytime you do a major change or something like that, and integrating women or females into the Boy Scout program is a big change, and even your most loyal supporters are gonna not be thrilled about sometimes changes like that.
Yeah.
Now that it's been in place and people are seeing in action, they're kind of like, okay, now I see the vision.
Well, we ran into a lot of young ladies who said, "Hey, I want to go camping like my brother."
Yeah.
So
well, and to be honest,
they want to be in the Boy Scouts. Somehow the Girl Scouts didn't match up.
Well, and that's just it. The what Boy Scouts do and how they is not the same. I mean, yes, they serve the same thing as both organizations. Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts want to, provide an opportunity, a platform for kids to pursue their dreams and things like that. That's all part of it. It's just Girl Scouts do it in a different, like with Boy Scouts, yeah, it is through hiking, camping in the woods, doing that kind of thing. Where Girl Scouts, it's more tangible, entrepreneurship, business, that side of things, and not so much in the hiking, camping, fishing, and all that stuff. And so there's a lot of girls that were like, I want to hike, camp, and fish. And Girl Scouts they did do some of that, but they're very, that's not their main thing. Where scouting, it's, they want to put you in the woods and teach you the basics kind of thing.
Yeah, they used to put, first scouting trip I went on, they call it Skype, and you go Skype hunting, and there's no such thing.
Oh, yeah. I've been on many a snipe hunt. I've also been in the search for bacon stretchers, left-handed smoke shifters.
No, I haven't heard of those.
That was something you did to New Scout. Man, the smoke's in your eyes. Hey, go over to the other patrol there. See if they have a left-handed smoke shifter we could borrow. And they're like, what? Yeah, just ask them. They'll know. And that's the whole. Military did the same thing. In the Air Force, it was K9P, which looked like a bottle of cleaner, most people said, but it was K9P, and you can figure that one out.
Yeah.
The other was, hey, go get me a couple hundred yards of flight line. They go send them off looking for flight line. So it's just that's what scouting we did. But yeah, the bacon stretcher and the left-hand smoke shifter were two of the more popular ones in scouting. So
you got me there.
At least in my day. I don't know if it's evolved a little bit, but you're right. These are such great programs and of course, like you said, Lions supporting the youth in our community and through scouting, through the main mission of Lions internationally here. So it's all great. So to be honest, are you coming out and making a romantic evening or a family night of coming out and enjoying the Christmas lights and getting in the Christmas spirit? You're doing a great service to our community by doing that and enjoying it and spending a little quality time with your family or your significant other here. So.
And kids under 5 are free if you can handle them and put them on the lap, or sometimes we let them right up front if they're small enough.
Good deal.
So
they probably get a big deal.
They're usually not a big problem. They love it. All the kids love it. Now, we used to have horses, and they really loved it. But our horses passed away. I'm sorry. It's really hard to get a team. You just can't do it.
Yeah, it's kind of apparently, and I don't know anything about this stuff, but apparently you just can't hook up any old horse to a carriage and say, "There you go, buddy, go start hauling this."
Doesn't work that way.
It takes some training. It takes some skilled, especially like you said, if you have more than one horse doing it, because they got to pull in concert there and do it the same. Or if one horse wants to go this way and the other wants to go that way, that could be a problem, I guess. So you have to figure that part out. But anyway, maybe in the future that'll come back again. But for now, have to do it by the old tractor there. So again, RoswellMiddayLions.org is the website. You can go there and not only reserve your spots for the carriage rides, but if you want to learn more about what the Midday Lions do and kind of what the organization's about, you can read up on it there too. And like I said, and if you got more questions, you can ask on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday here, and we'll be happy to learn you more about it. So.
If you feel real lucky, you can come out and just see if you can get on a ride, but I wouldn't bet on it. So.
Yeah, I mean, if they can squeeze you in, they will, but just RSVP through the website. Get that done. That way you pick the time you want. You don't have to kind of wait from 6 to 8 to see if there's an opening on a carriage or not here. You can just show up a few minutes before your scheduled time, ride the carriage, and enjoy some cocoa and some quality time, and do all that, and then go off to your next thing or whatever that is. So
all these houses are at least $500,000 up.
Oh yeah, these are the big
several over $1 million, I'm sure. So you can come out and dream a little, as I mentioned on the carriage. When you go down the street here, dream a little.
That's
and
right.
Someday you'll live in one of these.
Pick out your house. That's the one I'm moving into when I hit the lottery. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, but it really is. It's really nice and peaceful, and to be honest, I think this weekend especially, it's going to be the right amount of cold but mild. So,
yes, that would be real nice.
Yeah, because
maybe 40.
And you want it a little cold. It don't feel right if you're in T-shirt or what I mean, short sleeve shirt, and going to all right Christmas carriage ride. It
How do you think
right.
Frosty the Snowman in Hawaii is what I want to know?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the last time. I can appreciate the Hawaiian and Don Ho and all that. That's cute, but it don't feel Christmassy without snow and cold. It just doesn't. I can't. Santa doesn't look good in a bikini. I'm just saying. He looks better in the Santa suit with the coat and everything.
I can't believe that one. Yeah. I want to get in a plug, too. I also work with the Literacy Council.
Yeah.
And for anyone who has trouble with the English language or reading, or maybe a little math, come to call up the Literacy Council. It's free, and it's for citizens of the city who need help. And we have a lot of tutors that are waiting in the wings to help.
Absolutely. They do, everything from if, getting proficient in reading or, like you said, math or anything like that. But even if you're needing help as English as a second language, even if you're trying to pursue a GED and needing help navigating some of that, the Literacy Council can help you guide you through that process.
Or citizenship.
You want to become a U.S. citizen, they are offering all, again, free of charge. So please reach out if any of these services sound like something you could take advantage of. And conversely, like you said, you'd have volunteers, but they're always looking for more volunteers. If you like to tutor or you like to sit down and work with people and help them navigate this stuff, always looking for more folks to get involved and do that too. The more the merrier. So
I just had a friend get his citizenship last month.
Nice.
It's really cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
I've never got to firsthand witness one of those ceremonies, but I know it's very special for everyone that does it. And it's just it's like one of those cool, like you're proud to be an American moments when you see, these folks get take their
all kind of
oath
countries,
and
not just guy from Alabama, but he might have to be a citizenship. Yeah, I don't know about that.
But I think it's just one of those cool, like, patriotic moments when you see people that want to make the United States home, and you see that moment where they're raising their hand and kind of taking their oath and becoming U.S. citizens. It's I know for those families, seeing you can clearly tell this is like one of their most proudest moments in life, and when you get to share that with folks, I think it's just kind of neat. So, but anyway, help you get there too. So, but you can go. I know you guys have the website, the Roswell Literacy Council.
Yes.
Is it .org on that one?
I apologize. I don't have it.
I
do know it's on 10th Street next to Missouri.
Yeah, and I know if you just Google Roswell Literacy Council, Roswell, New Mexico Literacy Council, you can find the website, learn more information, and all that good stuff. But if you do need to help, come by the office there, or you know what? If you see Larry on this weekend, ask him about it. He'll be happy to give you some more information too there. And then of course. Everything for the midday lines and for the reserving your spots for the carriage rides, go to RoswellMiddayLions.org. Good deal. Did we get it all?
I think so.
Good deal. Sorry, I was hiccuping there trying to.
That's part of it.
So I got a hiccup.
Good hiccup.
I can't hiccupert. Larry, thank you very much. We'll see you here Friday one more time to remind folks, hey, tonight's the night. Get
That's right.
Get
Starts
going.
Friday 6 o'clock.
Yep. So we'll get that last minute reminder, and folks, go check it out, and please come out and get in the Christmas spirit with us and help kids at the same time. So good deal. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
We'll see you here on Friday.
You bet.
All right, it is 9:39. Let's pause for news. Hannity update. Also got some time for that Cowboys report. Quick break as well. Don't go away.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. On Friday, the Artesia Public Library will host their holiday hoopla. Bring the family and get into the Christmas spirit by meeting Santa, singing Christmas songs, decorating Christmas cookies, and much more. The fun happening at the library from 3 to 6 p.m. on Friday. Students at Central Elementary School in Artesia are also showing off their ornaments, now featured on the New Mexico State Christmas tree in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. The ornaments representing New Mexico culture and values. The tree just one of 59 standing beside the national Christmas tree in President's Park. The ornaments depict different parts of New Mexico's culture and history. Designs include chili, a Zia, balloons, indigenous pottery, turquoise, an alien, a coyote, lowriders, and of course a roadrunner. And Roswell City Manager Chad Cole has announced his resignation effective at the end of January. Cole giving a resignation letter to Mayor Timothy Jennings on December 1st, according to the Roswell Daily Record. In the letter, Cole said he has accepted a new job as Vice President of Business Affairs at ENMU Roswell. Before he became Roswell City Manager, Cole was the Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Operations at the Roswell Independent School District. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You know what works in this day and age? Taking away kids' stuff. You know what works? Putting them in timeout, putting them in a corner and telling them they can't leave, or putting them in their room. Although my daughter got very creative, I come back 2 hours later and she built out the biggest fort tent imaginable with every doll that she ever had and was having the time of her life. My son would be losing it in like 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. He'd break. And, after he'd break, I'd say, all right, you're free. I'm letting you out of prison. But sometimes you got to discipline your kids. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Doesn't mean the rod of your belt or a switch. I just found you take away their stuff, what they like to do, and that gives you all the power you'd ever want, all the control you'd ever need as a parent.
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
With the cold now swiftly descending on Europe, especially Ukraine, well, it is impacting so many elderly people. Like, for example, a woman by the name of Olga. Now, it could be deadly. She's 79 years old. She lives in a small village. She has no indoor plumbing, no reliable heating. She doesn't have enough money to cover food, medicine, and heat. But thanks to the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, Olga now receives a nourishing food box, emergency lighting, and a warm blanket. Now, this aid is a life-saving gift for someone like Olga. Now, as another brutal winter is beginning, thousands of elderly people like Olga, they are praying for a miracle, and you could make that miracle happen through the special matching grant going on right now. Your gift today will have twice the impact up to the first $50,000. Anyway, please rush your gift now. Call toll-free. It's 888-488-IFCJ, 888-488-4325. Online, it's HannityForTheFellowship.org. That's HannityForTheFellowship.org.
With the Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. If the Cowboys win all 4 remaining games and the Eagles lose 2 of 4, Dallas could overtake Philly to win the division. For that scenario to happen, they need to beat the Vikings Sunday night. We'll hear from Special Teams Captain C.J. Goodwin after this.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
One of many reasons the Cowboys lost in Detroit last week was the defense was put in bad position because coverage units allowed long kickoff returns. Special Teams Captain C.J. Goodwin says fixing the problem has to do with leverage.
The low man wins always, and that's something that we've been playing too high. We've been getting out of our lanes, and we were complaining about being held, and that's not something that we do. Don't let the man hold you. We got to keep our distance, and that's something that we didn't do. It's an easy fix. It's just knowing how to do it and going out and executing.
The Vikings have one of the better return units in the league, so Goodwin and special teams need to be buckled up Sunday night hosting Minnesota. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Taste the flavors of Thailand and beyond at Lemongrass Restaurant in Roswell. Authentic ingredients like holy basil, Thai chili, and kaffir lime. Original recipes including curry, pad Thai and pad see-ew, and egg drop or tom kha soups. Friendly service, authentic flavors, and
a little or a lot of spice, but everything's nice.
Open 11 to 8, Tuesday through Saturday at 610 South Main in Roswell. Call ahead, 575-208-0411. Lemongrass Restaurant in Roswell. The flavors of Thailand, right here at home. Are you a closer who's tired of caps, limited leads, and begging for scraps? Pecos Valley Broadcasting, the dominant radio and live streaming force in Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad, is hiring one senior account executive in the Carlsbad-Artesia area who can handle current clients, sell ideas and promotions, and continue to build their list. You'll have the chance to promote ideas that actually move cars, sell furniture, and make people hungry, giving businesses the opportunity to be noticed with uncapped commissions. If you've got at least 2 to 3 years in outside sales or crushing radio, TV, or digital sales in Southeastern New Mexico, send your resume now to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Apply today. Pecos Valley Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And welcome back to the morning show. And joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, Charlotte Gurley back with us. Good morning, Charlotte.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing? I'm sorry I missed last month. I was under the weather, but from everything I heard, you guys do what you do and had a great event.
It was a great event. We did miss you, but I understand. Things happen.
Life happens when you get older.
Life happens. Right. It was definitely a nice event. We had a really good turnout.
Awesome.
We had to bring out more tables and chairs.
That's an amazing problem to have.
Yes, it is. Food was great. The presentations were wonderful.
Very
and
good.
Mike Espiritu did just,
Mike's a great guy, and of course, veteran and community leader. So definitely a great person to talk to. So definitely, I would recommend. If you don't get a chance to meet Mike, get it. There's a lot of opportunity. Of course, the air races, everything else. But if you never met him, go meet him. He's a good guy. So.
He's really awesome.
Absolutely,
really did an amazing job. So.
Well, kind of turning to this month's Federated Republican Women meeting, kind of also being it is December and the Christmas month. This is another one of your more of a festive type meetings.
Right.
And I mean, it's a functional meeting, but it's a more festive meeting as well.
It's our Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
So, we had that scheduled for the 17th.
Morning from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. Charlotte Gurley back with us. Good morning, Charlotte.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing? I'm sorry I missed last month. I was under the weather, but from everything I heard, you guys do what you do and had a great event.
It was a great event. We did miss you, but I understand, things happen.
Life happens when you get older.
Life happens. Right. It was definitely a nice event. We had a really good turnout.
Awesome.
We had to bring out more tables and chairs.
That's an amazing problem to have.
Yes, it is. Food was great. The presentations were wonderful.
Very
and
good.
Mike Espiritu did just,
Mike's a great guy, and of course, veteran and community leader. So definitely a great person to talk to. So definitely, I would recommend. If you don't get a chance to meet Mike, get it. There's a lot of opportunity. Of course, the air races, everything else. But if you never met him, go meet him. He's a good guy. So.
He's really awesome.
Absolutely.
Really did an amazing job. So.
Well, kind of turning to this month's Federated Republican Women meeting, kind of also being it is December and the Christmas month. This is another one of your more of a festive type meetings.
Right.
And I mean, it's a functional meeting, but it's a more festive meeting as well.
It's our Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
So, we had that scheduled for the 17th. I want to make sure I get my dates
Yes.
right. Wednesday, December 17th.
Yeah.
And this is just, for a Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
We have Sean Lee from Grace Community Church coming out with a special Christmas message and then singing for us.
Very good. Oh, that's right. He's multifaceted,
Yes,
multi-talented.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. We're going to have a great meal scheduled.
Good deal.
Maybe a few other surprises. So
Yeah, it's a Christmas one, and we'd love to, come now. They ask you RSVP.
Yes.
That way they can have enough food for everybody here.
Exactly.
And of course, several different ways. Of course, if you know any Chaves County Federated Republican Women, you hit them up. They'll be happy to reserve a spot
Right.
for you. You can always go to the Facebook page, leave a message or there, and go. Also, there's an email address that you can.
RSVPCCFRW@gmail.com.
Very
yes,
good.
You can.
And any of those will get you there and get to that. And of course, and with this one, you kind of want, because normally we could say you can come and not enjoy the food, but this is kind of a Christmas party, so it's kind of, there's not really like a formal, I mean, we have Sean Lee who's going to sing and speak, but we're not having necessarily candidates speak or other community leaders talking about agenda or issues or anything
more
like
of a
that.
festive occasion,
Yeah.
with some, just a great meal and celebrating with all of the other members.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's really
Come out,
come
join us.
so come and eat.
Right, the meal's going to be great.
Yes, I'm sure.
We have chopped steak,
Okay.
with gravy, baked potato and veggie,
Nice.
salad, and dessert for
Very
$17.
good. Very good. Yeah. Where else are you going to get steak dinner for $17?
Right.
You can't get a value like a fast food value meal for about that nowadays. So.
Yeah, so this is our Christmas celebration to, finish out the year. I do have several openings coming up on the board. And,
and always looking for new members, too.
Oh, absolutely. I was looking, I was fortunate to have some of the board members stay on an additional year.
Okay.
When I took office. And
so this will be year 2 officially for you, right? Going into
January.
Going into year 2.
Year
right.
2. So we have a few board openings, which, I'd like to encourage people to step up, come out and have some fun. It doesn't take a lot.
Absolutely.
Maybe, it's maybe an event once a year or.
Well, next year we'll get a little busy because it'll be election year. So,
Right.
so you're going to have a few more events on tap and a few more things going on. But this is the time to get involved, especially if you have a passion for your community and things. And in the Chavez County Federated Republic of Women, they kind of attack it from two prongs. And what I mean by that is if you want to get involved with candidates and that side of things, there's many opportunities but there's a whole service side in terms of just helping nonprofits and things locally here in our own community,
of course,
Assurance Home. And so if that's your passion, there's a niche for you with the Federated Republican Women. So if you want to get involved politically or if you want to just be in the service, helping youth and things like that, either way, there's a role for you with the Federated Republic.
Right. It is going to be a busy year, with elections and campaigns and stuff. But we do have the committees, and those are the folks that I'm hoping that I can, recruit to come out and join us
Step
and
up.
have some fun. Yeah, step up. We have several committees that, have events or have projects once a year. So, that would really be fun. And, we're a great group of,
So it's a social
members.
group too. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
you're busy. You
We're
do a lot
busy.
of great work, but at the same time, if you're looking to meet new people and kind of broaden your friendship circle a little bit, this is a great chance because I imagine when a lot of the women, when they're not doing business related stuff, they are hanging out and having dinner together or going to a show together or something together. That's very common.
We get together and, there's always something going on. Even if it's, grabbing lunch or, a cup of tea, cup of coffee. Yeah.
Absolutely. And fellas, though you cannot be, a main member of the Federated Republic of Women, you can serve in a kind of an auxiliary type role, associate type role, and but very much needed, very much a part of the organization as well too. So so generally, if your spouse is a Federated Republican woman, then more than likely you can be involved as well too, serving as an associate here. So.
We have some very informative speakers come in throughout the year, so we encourage
Absolutely.
bring your spouse and have them join as
Absolutely.
an associate.
And if you're not quite ready to dip a toe in the being a part of it yet, then I at least start coming to the monthly meetings on a regular basis. Come there. Here, this one will be more of a party celebrate thing, which is come and meet some people and shake some hands. But beginning in January, it'll be back to the grindstone with imagine a lot of legislative stuff probably on tap for the January meeting because that'll be right around that time a year.
Exactly.
And so, and then we'll hit the ground running there. So.
Very true. So this one's just celebration and Christmas themed and so come out and join us.
It's a steak dinner or lunch in this case, and of course the Elks do an amazing job with the food and everything there. They've been a gracious hosts for the last year or so here, since the flood, since you lost your normal home.
They've been amazing. The food is great. The venue is large enough to accommodate our group, and we hope that continues to grow.
Absolutely.
So,
and this is when I always argue, if you want to see change in your community, if you're waiting on the government or if you're waiting on other people to do that, you're going to be waiting a while. You need to roll up your sleeves and get involved. And so pick your passions, pick the things that you feel passionate about and get involved with them. And if it's certainly here with the state of affairs as far as our leadership in New Mexico, Chavez County Federated Republic Women's a great way to get to take a bite into that and help out with that. And I always tell people, this state has been so one-sided liberal since its existence that's really where the real problem lies. And it would equally be a problem if it was one-sided conservative for that equally that long. You've got to have a semblance of balance. That's where good. So forget leaning conservative. We want to get to the state to the middle. Then we can talk leaning conservative. Right. Let's get to the middle where we have people, and it really starts at this level. Getting, you see our legislature. You see the numbers there. If you want to turn the tides, you got to get more involved. Obviously, the representatives from this part of the state, most of them do lean conservative, but that's not the case in 90% of the state and 90% of what's going on in Santa Fe. So you got to start making headway one at a time.
Absolutely.
And this is
Senator Candy Giselle is one of our board members.
Yes.
So, she's there. She does just a wonderful job. We went out and delivered dictionaries last month to the rural, to the valley.
That's kind of another one of the
Yeah.
traditions of the with the dictionaries and everything. That's something you guys do
She
quite
just
often.
did, just a wonderful job. We went out to Lake Arthur, Dexter, Hagerman schools, and we distributed dictionaries to the third graders there.
Yeah.
But she does just an incredible job of, teaching the kids how to use the dictionary.
Sure.
And, makes it fun for them. So, we were there on hand, and that was my first time that I had gone with them when they distributed. She just, does an amazing job with the kids and with the community.
Absolutely.
She's wonderful.
And the sad part is we're living in a world where things is what we would look at as how to use a dictionary
Mhm.
is not a automatically knowledge set anymore.
I know, it's
with the
not.
phone and technology doing everything for us. Things like what's a thesaurus? What's a dictionary?
Right.
How do you use one of these?
Don't pick up that phone. There's a book right in front of you.
Yeah.
So the kids, really enjoyed, learning how to use a dictionary.
Yeah. Well, it's important to have these skill sets because,
it is.
that's part. I always believe, even with say musicians, nowadays you can literally get on a computer and become a musician, but if you don't understand music and how it works and the notes, you're not going to be a very good one.
Right. Right. So that was really a fun event for me. The
Sure.
first time I had gone with them, and it was Joan and Candy and a few other members, and we went out there. It was just wonderful event.
So if you want to get more involved in that way and see that, then that's get there too, of course. And then, of course, the great part is obviously up until primary season, the Chaves County Federated Republic of Women play neutral on all the races until once the Republican candidates have been decided. That's when they go full bore backing into the candidates so forth. And, of course, that's where you can get more involved, too. But that being said, while you're a member of the Federated Republic of Women, if one of these candidates, resonate with you and talk to you, and it's an opportunity for you to get more involved and reach out and say, hey, I want to support this person's campaign. And so being a member of the organization kind of gives you an in on some of that.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll have plenty of the candidates come out and speak to the members. So
Absolutely.
if you want to know more about a candidate, come out and join us.
Absolutely. And that's what the meetings are about. Every month when you come to the meetings, because you not only get to hear them speak formally, but a lot of times they're, mingling before or afterwards, and you can go right up and talk to them, shake their hand, and ask them, how do you feel about this particular issue? And they'll tell you.
We have the candidates, but, we also have the elected officials. They join the luncheon, and so they're available if you want to talk to one of them.
And they're a
they
great
take the time.
resource for kind of learning how the sausage is made. And what I mean by that is a lot of times, like when you get like a city manager or county manager, or someone of that level, they know the ins and outs of the how the city's run, how the county is run, how various forms of government's run, and so a lot of times they can come and just as much of an information. It's just you want to know why it's